What news? So, the only thing that could knock the Eagles off the front page in Philadelphia would be a gargantuan sign. So I'm going through my prep, getting ready for the show today. By the way, welcome aboard. Appreciate everybody coming in. Please hit the like button. Super chats go to the top. We are 4 days out from the Eagles reporting to training camp? 4 days out. Teams are already reporting. Many veterans are already reporting. But what could knock the NFL off the front page would be something enormous. And sure enough, it is. I'm going to make a comparison here. The city of Philadelphia basically got their Messi. Like Inter Miami, when they ended up getting Messi from Barcelona. And of course, we're talking about a player that's not in their prime, but you're still talking about an exceptional player. Messi showed you what he was capable of in the World Cup. And his overall presence was so enormous that look at the influence he had on the Argentina national team. You too, Suave. And I appreciate you more than you know. So I kind of compare this to what Messi did with Inter Miami. You're not getting that guy in his prime. You're not getting that guy like you saw early in his career. But what you're getting with LeBron being signed to the Philadelphia 76ers, you're getting a player that's still a game changer. 20 points, 7 assists, 6 boards, or I think it's reversed. Guy took care of his body. He's 41 years old. It's not like it used to be back in the day where when you were 41 years of age and when I was playing and in the 80s and 90s, a guy who was 40 years old, that guy was toast. LeBron spends over $2 million a year in keeping his body up. And he's going into his 24th year, and he's going to be a difference maker. I think it's an incredible move for Bob Myers. And when you look at what they're putting on the floor now, Tyrese Maxey, VK Edgecombe, Jalen Brown, LeBron James, and Joel Embiid, that's quite a starting five. And for the first time in a long time, you could actually make this comment. The Sixers have a phenomenal shot at winning the East. You could actually make that comment. Who in their right mind would have thought that you'd make that comment on July 24th? Hey, the Sixers can win the East. And they get LeBron James. Dude, I don't think the Knicks are all that much better. I do not believe the Cavaliers are. We'll see what Miami does. Miami's got Giannis and Bam and nothing. We'll see what they add. Look, it's Pat Riley. But, man, of all the teams in the East, the Pistons are still going to be good. We'll see what a Jason Tatum being healthy looks like in Boston this coming year. But, man, you got to say it. And you got him at 2 years, $8 million. He's clearly chasing a ring. I mean, dude, this is quite a starting lineup. You got Jalen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, VK Edgecombe, LeBron James, Joel Embiid. Dude, I mean, that gives you a shot. You're around the rim now on winning the Eastern Conference and getting out of the opening round of the playoffs. And, dude, you've got to really tip your hat to Bob Myers. Bob Myers built that Golden State Warrior dynasty. And in his first year running the organization, he's making seismic moves. This guy's making seismic moves to change the Sixers into a winner. I mean, look, we talk 99.9% football here in Eagles, but boy, you knocked the Eagles off the front page with that one. And I do think I do think that LeBron is going to add a lot to the 76ers. Bob Myers is the Howie of the NBA. That's a great take. Dude, Bob Myers, he did such a phenomenal job at building that Golden State Warriors team. The one thing you'll say about the Sixers, they're not real big. But the Golden State Warriors weren't real big. They got Clay, and they had Steph from the perimeter, and they had Draymond underneath, and a bunch of role players on the team. So they weren't really a huge team. That was a full in your face, up and down the court, 3-point shooting basketball team. And then even when they got Kevin Durant, they were never really a physical basketball team. So, it's going to be interesting. Now, again, here's the one thing. Health will be an issue with Embiid and with LeBron. LeBron really not so much. He's taking care of his body. But if they can keep that team healthy, and by the way, I agree, Bob Myers is probably going to look for some role players now. You bring them in. Hey, man, I'll tell you what. And this is not just hyperbole. The Sixers can win the East and then get themselves into an NBA championship setting. That's pretty incredible. And LeBron is chasing a ring. He's not padding stats here. This guy's looking for another championship ring. I thought Miami had him. But boy, I'll tell you what, man. Hey, and maybe something like this motivates Joel Embiid. LeBron provides leadership to the young ones. Absolutely. Listen, the only player that have ever been to more NBA finals have been guys from those 60s and early 70s Celtics teams. This guy's been to the finals 10 times. 10 times he's been to the finals, and sometimes with garbage teams. Look, I'm not one of those guys like Bayless who look at every single thing that this guy has done in his career, dissect the shitty part of it. This guy is truly one of the greatest players to ever play. And he's clearly one of the greatest athletes Philadelphia has ever had in your building. Whoever and whatever team you're talking about. Flyers, Eagles. You're looking at one of the greatest players of all time. And really one of the greatest athletes of all time. Oh, and by the way, the Sixers are headline news now. When you sign that guy, you're not just signing a great player. You're signing headline news. Like, people are going to be leading with the Sixers now. What are the Philadelphia 76ers going to be doing? You're not going to be like second city. You're going to be frontline news. It's going to be you and the Knicks and the Lakers this year. It's always the Lakers. Incredible. That's quite a 5. Again, kind of small. But we'll see what he does, dude. This is like Brady to Tampa, correct? Brady to Tampa, Messi to Inter Miami. Those kind of moves like that, yeah, absolutely. MJ got bagged for gambling, and Stern had him cover it up in retiring for a year. I happen to always agreed with that. You don't think there's any coincidence that Jerry Reinsdorf owned the White Sox? And that's where he went and played? Was with the Chicago White Sox organization? He owned the White Sox and the Bulls at the time. Deshae. No, there wasn't anything to that, right? Reinsdorf still had him in the family. But he was with the White Sox. Brady was nowhere near the diva LeBron is. That's all right. I'm not saying they're the same guy. I'm just saying that LeBron is taking care of himself. Hey, dude, people can say whatever they want about LeBron James, but at the end of the day, he's a self-made billionaire. He's won 4 NBA championships. He's the only player ever to win an MVP finals in 3 different cities. All-time leading scorer. He's at the top of the list of all NBA statistics. He's absolutely fulfilled his destiny. Now he's trying to cap it off. I don't think he's going to ever change his identity on who he is when it comes to the all-time greats, even if he wins another title. Now, I'll tell you this. If he wins another championship in a different city, and this will be the fourth guy, that'd be pretty remarkable. Sills, my grandma was a seamstress when Boomer was quarterback at University of Maryland, and she said he was a great guy, very nice. Boomer Esiason, to this day, is one of my great friends, and I'm glad to hear that. Yes, Boomer's a great guy, dude. Just an absolutely great guy. Yes. It's going to be a circus this year in Philly, Sills. Hey, especially on all these things shaking out with the Eagles. Yes. How many Hall of Famers have been around him? Dwayne Wade? Chris Bosh? Let's go over to L.A. Nobody in Cleveland. Oh, Kyrie Irvin. L.A. I don't believe AD is. Luka is. Not a lot. Content is about to go crazy. Ray Allen. Yep, Ray Allen. Ray Allen. Absolutely. Paul Gasol. Who cares if he's like anyone from the past? We just need his smarts and veteran leadership mostly. I'm predicting Sixers versus Knicks on Christmas Day. Wow. In the Garden. In the Garden. You know he wants to play in the Garden. But he didn't want to play. I'll guarantee you this. If the Knicks hadn't won the NBA title, he'd be in New York. But since they won it, he wants to be the team to knock New York off now. I'm going to make sure I buy my 76er tickets early before all the celebrities jump on it. You better get there, Philadelphia. Jason Terry dropped names on LeBron. Planes on LeBron. LeBron the GOAT of floating and the team hoping. Hey, this is going to be the content. Can he deliver? By the way, I want to put it in context here for you, though. He is 41 years old. He's 41. Now, if he delivers a title, this will be something like Tom Brady. The next time I listen to M. Reyes will be the fucking last time I do a show. Jesus criminy. She goes, how do you think Eskin feels right now? How do I think he feels? I already know. He hates the move. Are you kidding me? Him and Angelo hate the move. Hey, you can't go along with everybody. So what you got to do is here, let me take a look at that. Let's see if Howard Eskin. Let's see what Howard's saying. There's no way Howard Eskin is for this move. There's no way. Let's see. The drama's finally over for now anyway. Of course, LeBron comes up during my conversation on Howard Eskin show with my guests. Fans are excited that LaFraud signed with the Sixers. But my question is, how does he fit? Are there enough basketballs to go around? LeBron is signing with the 76ers on a 2-year, $8 million deal with a player option. Clutch Sports Group and Clutch CEO and Game Over show host Rich Paul tells ESPN, I'm not sure I'm for this. Oh, man. Of course he's not. Of course he's not for it. Sills, are you saying if LeBron can win a title, it'll put an end to the GOAT debate with MJ? I'll tell you what. So if he wins a championship in Cleveland, Miami, Los Angeles, and Philly, let's just say he's the finals MVP in 4 different cities. I mean, and he'll have 5 championships and 4 of them in different cities. I don't know. That's pretty impressive. You go to 4 different cities in an era where you can move around and you deliver, and they'll be calling him the deliverer if that guy delivers that. Philadelphia wins they win an NBA championship, and he does it in 4 different cities? Yeah. I'll tell you what, to make that debate interesting, Michael Jordan, 6 NBA titles. LeBron James, 5 NBA championships, 4 of them in different cities. I don't know. All-time leading scorer, too? That's a pretty good debate. Sills, I find it hilarious when Brady talks about roughing the passer. He always looked at the ref. Oh, of course. He did the benefit of it. Okay, well, I've always said this. If you're going to put that debate out there on him winning NBA championships and him having won 6, well, then he ends the conversation. Russell won 11 of them. 5 more. 5 more. What's the debate? Here comes all the fake bozo wannabe Eagle fans signing LeBron James for 2 years, $8 million is not good for the Sixers. Dude, I don't know how you think it's not. I'm not saying you do. Who in their right mind wouldn't think that was a great sign? I do. Pat Riley wanted him. It doesn't change what Jordan did in the league. No. That is true. With the endorsements. Jordan retired at this point and was using all the old school ways. It was different time, and he did more in one place, right? He didn't float around and build super teams. Just because you build a super team doesn't guarantee you anything. We've been watching all these super teams trying to be built, and what happened in Brooklyn with KD and Kyrie and James Harden? That was supposed to be a super team. What happened to Barkley and those guys in Houston? They didn't win shit. Just because you put great players around players doesn't necessarily mean you're going to build a super team and win championships with it. And on top of that, what LeBron James did, he made it fashionable to be mobile. The one thing that LeBron James has changed on today's athlete, they're not beholden to the organizations any longer if the organizations aren't doing enough to build championship basketball or football teams around you. And I'm 1,000% behind that. You shouldn't have to go like Dominique Wilkins, or you shouldn't have to be like Warren Moon and sit in a shitty organization your entire career if that organization's not going to do shit to build a championship team around you. Well, you should elevate. Well, that doesn't mean that, man. If a team and an organization and ownership doesn't want to spend the money, you're the Jets. You don't really think Woody Johnson wants to win a Super Bowl, do you? In what world has Woody Johnson showed you in 26 years of owning the Jets? What has he shown you that makes you believe he wants to win a Super Bowl? One example of him wanting to win a Super Bowl. There isn't one. There's not one example of that. So when this goes to our conversation all the time about Josh Allen and about some of these other quarterbacks. You're not in Philly. You don't have Bob Myers. You don't have Howie Roseman. You don't have Jeffrey Lurie. You don't have people who want to win in other cities. And then you go, well, that's an excuse. It's an excuse to be in a bad company. You've worked in bad companies, so you know what we're talking about. I mean, dude, every time we have the conversation about the Hurts and Allen conversation, you know what it comes down to? Allen can't get to a Super Bowl. He's this and he's that. At the end of the day, that's not on Josh Allen. Now, look, he's got to play better than he did in that divisional game this past winter. Absolutely. Can't turn the ball over. However, you can't sit there and go like this. Well, Brandon Beane is the same as Howie Roseman. He's not. He sucks. Brandon Beane is a horrible GM and has no right being the general manager of Josh Allen. They need somebody in there that's proactive. Look at the guy that's look at any football team or any basketball team and look at the proactive GMs and presidents. Look at Pat Riley. Pat Riley will go down as one of the greatest executives in all of team sports. Look how many championships he built with different dudes. Shaq and D. Wade. Turned around, he built another championship team with LeBron and with D. Wade. Got to another finals with Jimmy Butler. Guy's a tremendous executive. He's always looking to win. He never lets go of the rope. Dude, there's so many organizations in sports today. And it's funny. You go, well, Allen and Lamar and these guys. Dude, nobody on the planet except some of the hammerheads in Philly think that any one of those other quarterbacks are not better than your boy. It's about organization. Look what Bob Myers has done. In like 6 months, look what Bob Myers has done. He got rid of Paul George's contract. He got Jalen Brown. And he turns around and lands LeBron James. Inside of like not even 6 months, like 4 months, he's turned this thing around. Josh Allen has been to 15 post games and has an average passer rating of 104.5 without supporting cast. Jalen has been to 10 and has had a 91.5 passer rating with an all-pro roster. Yes, that is all true. By the way, be prepared. Bronny's coming. 440 Jules. UNC alert. Thank you. I think. I don't even know what jewels are. Zander, is that a thing? I was skeptical of Josh Harris being our owner. He seemed to be more vested with his childhood team, the Commanders, but after he brought in Myers, he changed my thought process. Yeah. By the way, in Josh Harris's first time, he did get that team already to an NFC championship game. We'll see what he does over the next couple of years with that Commanders team. By the way, don't think that LeBron James going to the Sixers and you're trying to get a new building in D.C. is not going to move voters and taxpayers in Washington, D.C. You're going to go like this. Josh Harris owns the Sixers. He just brought LeBron James into Philadelphia. That guy wants to win. Let's give him his building. That guy wants to win. And he brought Bob Myers in. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, part of the ownership of the Commanders, I think, Magic Johnson's got something to do with that. Harris got a broken team in NFC championship game in 30 plus years. He's my boy. Dude. Yes. Sixers are getting a new stadium too. Get this. Allen needs to get to a Super Bowl before you compare him to that Hall of Famer Hurts. Bro, I would never in a billion years want Jalen Hurts over Josh Allen, and nor would anybody with brains. Keep your boyfriends, love affair, and all that other stuff out of your thought process. This is what we do on our show. Hurts, Josh Allen. Seriously, it's the moon and the sun. It's the moon and the sun. You kidding me, man? All right. So, I was going around and, we read a lot of stuff. And we watch a lot of shows and we look at some of the things that people are saying as we're 4 days out from the start of training camp. And a lot of people are now starting to circle the wagons around the Eagles because the Eagles have compelling stories this year. Okay? Problem with the Bills, they allow 150 yards a game. They need better DTs that can stop the run. Josh Allen would be number one if Jalen wasn't the quarterback. Dude, they would switch that quarterback out in 14 seconds if they could get Josh Allen. You kidding me? So I was watching ESPN today, believe it or not. Maybe their network will get a little bit better now that they've made some of those fires. And they bring in some quality people and they got rid of the woke network that it was. There's still a few more people that need to go, but hopefully they're getting their shit together there. So that thing will become watchable again. Isn't it funny? The one guy that everyone hates in the building, Pat McAfee, is the number one guy in the building. Why is that? Because he relates to everybody. And he's not just talking all that woke bullshit that they have. That's why all those people are getting fired. Nobody's tuning in to ESPN. It is the highest priced cable network station on your cable service. I mean, all right. So they were asking a question today, and they brought up Nick Sirianni. Tom Pelissero is a quality guy, and that's a casualty of war in this whole thing, unfortunately. I think Tom got fired because he was part of the NFL Network. And believe me, Abe, the reason that they got to fire all these guys also is because of live broadcasting costs coming up because they're airing the Super Bowl this year. I mean, they're airing the Super Bowl. So they're going to have live broadcasting. And they've got to get rid of some of these guys. And so they're cost cutting. He is good. I'm with you. Tom's really good. All right. And right. ESPN is getting murdered on their stock. It's the number one thing that drives the Disney stock down is ESPN. And for the record, Disney's making more money on their theme parks than they are on their movies now. They're taking a bath on all those woke movies that they put out that have been absolutely assassinated at the box office. They're making their money off of people going to the theme parks again. They're not making money off their TV, and they're surely not making money off their movies. I mean, they're not. All right. Hit the like button here. So, Nick Sirianni was brought up this morning on ESPN. And it's been a good conversation this week because we've been kind of going back and forth. A lot of stuff has been released about the guy. You're going to see more stories, I'm thinking, coming up with Jalen Hurts over the next couple weeks here. Nick Sirianni, 65-30 with an NFL championship and 2 NFC championship titles. And you know what the theme was today on the show? Is Nick Sirianni coaching for his job in 2026? That was the theme of the show. How could a guy with one of the best resumes and one of the best win percentages be coaching for his job? Nobody's ever bringing up in Los Angeles, Sean McVay's not coaching for his job. Kyle Shanahan's not coaching for his job. Andy Reid, Matt LaFleur, all these guys, Ben Johnson, none of these guys are coaching for their jobs this coming season. Only Nick is coaching for his job. Get this, because certified haters like you like to push the fake narratives as such. Bro, they were going to fire your guy after the 4th game in 24. It's well documented. They were going to fire him after 23. It's well documented. That's not a narrative. Those were facts. Those weren't narratives. I don't think he would hinge his career on Sean Mannion and Cooper and Mahaffey and a bunch of third-rate wide receivers. Well, he has. Like I said, today on ESPN, they were asking the question, is Nick Sirianni coaching for his job? Like I said, and by the way, I'll show you something else. Here, let's go down the list. Is Nick NFL coaches in 2026 on the hot seat? Here's CBS. Like I said, I haven't looked at this. Dan Quinn, Zach Taylor, Shane Steichen, Todd Bowles, and Nick Sirianni and Aaron Glenn. That's CBS. Let's go to another one. Yahoo. 5 coaches on the hot seat. Todd Bowles, Dave Canales, Shane Steichen, Aaron Glenn, Nick Sirianni. Let's go to another one. Here. Let's see here. Let's go to Fox. Coaches on the hot seat this year. Coming up. Brian Schottenheimer. Matt LaFleur. Nick Sirianni. Here's another one. Dude, I could go down the list. Every single one of these. Nick Sirianni's name is on the list. My question to you is, how did you get here? If a guy's 65-30, and the question that everyone's asking is Nick Sirianni coaching for his job? How does a guy get there? And I'm going to use a point that Zander makes. Okay, well, if the coach sucks, then the quarterback should get more credit. And if the quarterback is not that hot, shouldn't the coach get credit? One's got to give. Okay? One's got to give. So who is it? Right? It's the NFL. Everyone is coaching for their job. Dude, Sean McVay's not coaching for his job. That's not true. That's not true. Andy Reid's not coaching for his job. He just had a losing season. Nobody ever said Andy Reid was on the hot seat. Kyle Shanahan, those guys are never on the hot seat. What does Nick do for Jalen if he doesn't call plays? So is it more Jalen Hurts that's responsible for that 65-30 record? Somebody's more responsible. Zander's right. Somebody sucks and somebody's great. Can they both just be average? And Howie's the exceptional? And Howie's the guy? Because personally, I think they're both. Listen, if you had to rank the talent in the Eagle huddle in 26, Mulata, Lane, Barkley, Devontae, then you could debate if Hurts is fifth, and if AJ would still be there, he'd be the sixth. But you could debate at 5. He's the best. He's the 5th best guy in his own huddle. Name me another place. Like, that is like in Buffalo, nobody's better than Josh Allen in their huddle. Nobody's better than Joe Burrow. Nobody's better than Patrick Mahomes in their huddle. Nobody's better than Matthew Stafford in their huddle. The quarterback is the main guy. In Philly, Hurts is the 5th guy in his own huddle. So when I look at that, I'm like, he's not even the best player on his own team. I mean, Baker Mayfield is the best player on the Buccaneers team. There's nobody better than Tristan Wirfs, probably. Tristan Wirfs. Sills, Philly always got to divide players up. Stafford is the best passer in football. Totally one of them, for sure. I just pitched him for the Pacers. They didn't get to him fast enough. Selfishly, I wanted the Warriors because Steph and Bron would have been insane together. We'll see how this thing turns out, dude. I'm looking forward to the Sixers season. Seals, like you said, Sirianni can't coach the RPO. That's how he got here. What I will say, if fired after 26, he will have another quarterback in 24 hours like Andy Reid did. He will sign with a true pocket passer. I'll tell you what, Mr. Hill, I'd like to see Nick Sirianni with Justin Herbert, because that's the closest thing to Phillip Rivers. I'd like to see Nick coach someone like that and see how good he is. Because I don't know how good he is, because he can't coach an RPO guy. Like, I would love to see Nick with Joe Burrow. Somebody like that can throw the ball, actually. I'm pretty sure James decided the Sixers were the best shot at another ring with a team he didn't get one with before, so he can be the only player with 4 rings and 4 different teams. I agree. Nick is average and Jalen is average. Hard to evaluate Sirianni when you can't say exactly what he does that contributes to the record. ESPN based Nick Sirianni on the hot seat because he's not a good coach, but because they view him as he's on an Eagle team that's mandated to win and expected to win championship contenders. Okay. What is that? ESPN put him on a team. ESPN based Nick Sirianni on the hot seat, not because he's not a good coach, but because they view him as he's on an Eagle team that's mandate to win and expected to win a championship. Well, bro, you've never won the championship in your entire fucking career as an organization in a Super Bowl era. It's a stupid comment. I mean, nobody is expected to win the Super Bowl every year. You're hoping to get to the postseason. Win your division first. Then you can play the game. Dude, you're putting the cart before the horse. Win your division. Get to the postseason. You don't know in July what your roster is going to look like in September. It could be decimated with injuries. You could lose your quarterback. Your offensive coordinator could blow. You have no idea what you're talking about in July. You're hoping to put the best resume you can together or roster together. And these all what did I tell you? What you do in the offseason, the payoff is in the fall. Guys are dumb. You're expected to win a Super Bowl in July? Nick is a stiff. That's my 2 cents. Here. He's saying ESPN is being stupid bastards because we will command the majority of the Super Bowl and playoff-ready roster. You don't have the best roster in football. Dude, you have the most overrated offense in the National Football League the last 2 years. You spent $580 million. Okay? $580 million. Last year and this year, you'll spend $580 million. And last year, you got beat by a JV Niner team. And this year, you're going in again. And I wrote a topic down. I'm going to get to this here. Get this, guys. How much better do you think Devontae Smith and Barkley and Hurts are going to play compared to last year? How much more do you think they're going to do? Here. Let's go hear what they did a year ago. You're fucking crazy if you think they're going to have these gigantic years. Like, what are you expecting them to have? That you're going to, like, what are you thinking they're going to do better than what they did a year ago? So Hurts threw for 32-25, 32-24, 25-6. He's not doing anything better than that. Barkley had 1,141 yards. How much more do you think he's going to gain? 200? 300? Devontae Smith had 1,008 yards and no AJ this year. You think he's going to be a 1,400 yard guy? You're fucking high. Where are you getting these increases from? You're crazy. Jalen Hurts in his 6 years has been 32-24, 20 touchdowns and 6 picks. That's who he is. He's not going to change overnight. Thoughts on Coach JB saying Hurts will play better without AJ? I disagree. Well, now wait. If he runs more, $10 jewels, gold coin. Thank you. This dude doesn't understand the Eagles are viewed as a championship contender. So in the eyes of Nick, losing a wild card round, he should be fired. Do you understand, Sills? Yeah. And this is why you leave multiple Super Bowls on the table, because you have no patience with your organization. And if you think that, you'll be ripping it up all over again. And then when next year comes, you won't have a head coach. You won't have – well, then the same standard should be for Hurts too. If you're viewed as a championship team and he doesn't deliver, you should fire his ass too. No? If you're going to use that same narrative that they use today on ESPN, that also applies to the quarterback too, right? That's the same thing for him then too, right, Philadelphia? If they don't win the Super Bowl, Nick should be fired. Hurts should be blown out too, correct? Right? Agreed? Since your standard is Super Bowl, that applies to the quarterback too. Correct? Or no? You're going to make another excuse. Yeah, again, that's exactly. Coach JB called out Smith, said he's nowhere near a number one. That's what I heard. This is one of the last runs with the Eagles offense with the way it's constructed. Barkley, Hurts, and two of the offensive linemen will be gone in 28. DFW. The Eagle fans think that Hurts is going to go for more than 32-24 and 25-6. And that Barkley's going to run for more than 1141. And that Devontae's going to get more than 1,000 yards, which he's hung around his entire career, and without AJ. Where are you getting these where are you getting these magical numbers from? Where are you getting these magical numbers? Like, here, let's see what Barkley's done. Like, James, where are they getting these magical numbers from? From this first-year play caller? Here, let me... Addition by subtraction? Oh, my God. You think having 5 stiffs is better than 1 superstar? Devontae, 64 catches, 916. That sounds right. Goddard's going to be a guy who's going to have a lot of numbers, I think, too. Forrest, I actually like those. Quez is not going to get that high. Quez ain't making the team. Jalen Reagor? I mean, here's outside of that one season that he had with the Eagles. Here's who Saquon Barkley is. And I'm not sure what you're expecting. Barkley to be a 1,500-yard back. He's never rushed any other time in his career for that number. Here's his numbers, his best numbers. Obviously, $2,000 in 24. After that, you got to go back to 2018 when he went for 1,307. Then 22, he had 1,300. And then 2025, he had 1,100. In 19, he had 1,000 yards. In his 8 years, 1, 2, 3, 4. In his 8 years, he's averaged 1,340 yards. Okay. So we're, like I said, are you expecting 200 more yards from him this year at 1,300? Where are you getting these numbers from? That you think these guys are going to all of a sudden have this epiphany because of a first-year play caller and a new O-line coach. All of a sudden, you're going to create these new numbers? Out of where? And hoping the O-line is healthy. I believe Hurts not having AJ will force him to run more. Now, that will help. He may not want to run, but he will be forced to if he wins. Okay? More inside zone. Guys, they were destroyed last year on inside zone runs. They were destroyed. Landon and Cam and Tyler Steen couldn't move. They got beat in almost every game up front. The Cowboys in both games won the point and the line of scrimmage. Their defensive line, even in the first one, won that game. Won that matchup. What are you talking about, guy? Inside zone? You were destroyed last year in the inside zone run. We're going to do more inside zone run. Folks, your offensive line last year wasn't as bad as these people are talking. Okay? They were not. And I brought it up again here. Like every single game, go down the line here. Every single game. Listen to this. Listen to the Eagles' offensive line last year. At the beginning of the year, let me guess, you weren't healthy in game one. What did you do in that Dallas game that you won? Let's see. Cowboys ran the ball for 119 yards. Eagles ran it for 158. Okay, they won the point of attack in that game. Okay? Let's see in game 2 against Kansas City. What'd you do in that game? Eagles ran the ball for 122, Kansas City 121. Kansas City had 5 yards of carry. It was a push. In the Rams game, how many games did you actually win at the point of attack? The Rams ran the ball for 160 yards, and you had 86. You were destroyed on your inside zone runs. The Rams destroyed you. They were 5-2 a carry. Buccaneer game. Buck game. Bucks ran the ball for 104. You ran it for 88. Vita Vea and them guys beat you up front. Like, where are you getting these imaginary numbers from? How about the Denver game? What'd you do in that one? Denver ran the ball for 130. You had 45 yards rushing. You got destroyed in that game. You were destroyed in that game. Here. And not by small margins. Here's the New York loss. Surely New York, I mean, they're not a very talented team at all. New York had 172 yards rushing, and you had 73. You were destroyed in that game up front. Now, no Carter in that game, I get it. The Green Bay game was a 10-7 game. Green Bay went for 104. You went for 111. Push. Both guys. It was a close football game. Detroit. Eagles ran the ball for 148 to 74. That was the difference in that game. Eagles were able to run the ball down the throat of the Detroit Lions. You're losing the majority of these games up front. Look at this. Here's the Cowboy 2 game. Cowboys ran the ball for 125, and you had 63 yards rushing. The Cowboys crushed you in that. Actually, the Cowboys won both matchups up front. Here. Raider game. Surely you destroyed this team. 183 rush. Yeah, they didn't even want to be part of that thing. Let's go to the Buffalo game. That was a close one. Bills ran the ball for 120. You ran it for 82. You got your ass kicked in that game too. Dude, there wasn't – you lost the majority of your matchups last year up front on inside play. That's why they want to go to zone reads. That's why they want to go to the stretch play, because the inside run last year was getting their asses kicked. 1 yard in a cloud of dust push really put a lot of wear and tear on your inside offensive lineman over the years. I think it really did as well. Mikey, I missed your super. Let me go back here and get it. Appreciate that, Mikey. Thank you, brother. Here's a question, Sills. Why is it that Tank Bigsby averaged 5.5 yards a carry behind the same old line that Barkley ran behind last year? That's situational. And Mikey, if you pay a guy $20 million, you got to play him, dude. You're not going to put Saquon Barkley on the bench for Tank Bigsby. You have to remember, you have to answer to your owner every Monday. This is why you're making all these cosmetic changes. You got to answer to the guy. Why am I spending all this money on a running back that you're giving to Tank Bigsby? This is not college, man. You know, this is not college. And quite frankly, Tank Bigsby's not a better football player than Saquon Barkley. It was a shit show that should have been a under 500 season. No way, man. Your roster's still too good for under 500. By the way, I'll say it again. I'm not picking you to go 8-9 because your roster sucks. That's not what I'm doing here. Not at all. That's not where I'm going, okay? Mikey, thanks for the super. Barkley, keep looking for some for home runs while Bigsby fought for every available yard. That's what I was seeing. He looked like he had fresher legs, did he not? He surely did. By the way, guys, we're going to have Big Z at the bottom of the hour here. Mike North is going to join us at 4:30, and we're going to give you an update on what's coming up here. And listen, it's going to be a banner year this year. And how about LeBron coming to Philadelphia on top of the fact that the season this year is going to be one of the most interesting seasons in Nick Sirianni's era. And without further ado, our man's going to give us an update. This Joe Krause is going to give us an update on what's going on with the tailgate. My man, how you doing?
Man, is that the best you can do, Dan?
What do you want me to do?
Is that the best lead-in you can give me?
What do you want? Okay, I got one for you. What do you make of LeBron coming to Philadelphia, dude, and being added to this starting five this year? I'll tell you what. I mean, I haven't seen news like that in Philadelphia in a long time. That's pretty impressive.
Well, I guess you have to go all the way back. I think Joel Embiid was part of the process that started somewhere back around 2015 or somewhere in that area, the Sam Hinkie era. So you have to go back that far. And then Ben Simmons followed, and that was supposed to be the process that ultimately led to a 76er championship. But I'm excited for him to come into town because everybody is excited about it.
How about this, Joe? Do you think this is the biggest sign that they've had with a player of that name caliber since Malone came in from Houston?
You mean for the 76ers?
Well, when he came in from Houston to the 76ers.
But I'm saying, do you mean for basketball? You don't mean in this?
No, for Philly, for the Sixers, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's when the Good Doctor was signed.
Okay.
I might argue that Julius Erving was at the time the biggest signing for this franchise, which ultimately led to the best starting five in basketball that I enjoyed and learned to love the game by watching Doc and Tony and Cheeks and Bobby Jones and then Malone. All those guys that made up that roster were part of how I really started to enjoy basketball. But I guess you know, in an age where LeBron has now transcended the game, you know, you can say that his signing today is the best or the biggest for this franchise. Whether or not it ultimately turns into an NBA championship, TBD. But there's a lot of talent right now in that starting, in that starting five. So
I would make the argument it's the best starting five in the East right now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously the Knicks are going to roll that thing back, but I mean, you've got Giannis and Bam in Miami and nothing else. You can make the argument that Cleveland looks pretty good still. We'll see what Jason Tatum in Boston looks like coming back healthy without Jaylen Brown now. Obviously on the Sixers. Pistons have a pretty decent starting five in the East, but man, you could make the argument the Sixers have the best starting five right now in the Eastern Conference, and this is why LeBron – let's not forget something here too, Joe. You're talking about a guy with 20 points, 6 assists, and 7 boards at 41. You're not bringing in a dude who's finished. You're bringing in a dude that's going to contribute to this thing. He's going to really be a factor. I think it's going to be interesting, man. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I think there's a piece or two they're going to add for depth to be able to spell these guys and give them enough, give them enough rest and everything else. Don't forget VJ Edgecombe. I mean, that guy can play. Last year's number one pick. Yep. I mean that guy can play. Where does Maxi's game go now? I'm sure it'll be a rejuvenated Joel Embiid. There was a lot of conversation before the announcement that it was in fact Joel Embiid who was the most influential, voice in getting LeBron to come to the 76ers. So even if LeBron James lives in New York and commutes to Philly by helicopter every day, he is now a 76er. Hey, you know what I'm excited about? I'll use that to transition. You know what I'm excited about? Part of our partnership with Savvy Sports is or Savvy Seats rather is I get a pair of tickets for every Sixers game.
Wow.
That I use for promotional. We give them away on location when we do the countdown, the kickoff, and everything else. So I got to find a way to funnel some of those tickets into maybe it's Zander time or your show and get them out to people in JAKIB Nation because it's going to be a treat to be able to go down and watch him play, in a 76er uniform. So I'll work on that, Dan, but I know I only get so many minutes with you, but I am here to do two things. First, I want to update people on the tailgate, and I finalized yesterday our local.
Hopefully we get. Hey, Joe, I think you're going to have to repeat yourself because you froze up a little. Redo it again. Go ahead, Joe. Redo it again here, brother.
Yeah, and I'm sorry about that. My Wi-Fi is for some reason clipping out on me, so I hope it stays. I hope it stays strong. I'm not sure why it is. You still have me now,
right?
Got
you now, brother.
Yeah, so first update is I want to update everyone on I finalized the location for our tailgate at the home opener this year on the 13th of September, Dan. And Zander, if you can bring that up and maybe split Sileo. Oh, no, we'll go full screen. So you're looking at the screen and you can see right there where it is Citizens Bank Park and right in lot P, right there in lot P is where we will be set up, Dan, for the first ever JAKIB Sports tailgate. What an event it is going to be. I'm going to send out all of the details for this as we get much closer. I'm working on some hotels. I'm working on some of the other details, but I was excited to finalize that location, Lot P, right by Citizens Bank Park. It's a great spot. It's easy access. It's easy exit if you park in lot P, because you can bang a right when you leave, and you can go right down to Packer Avenue and get up on 76 or head towards the bridge. So I'm excited about bringing our tailgate into lot P. And if you're holding on to a ticket, Dan Sileo, I'll make sure that you'll get an update from me along with some other stuff that we're working on.
So that's the Commander game at Lincoln Financial, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, that's 4:20. It's a 4:25 kickoff. It's the home opener. The tailgate's probably going to roll from right around 12 or 12:30. We're working on the details to do a live show down there, and all of that. The food, the beverage, the footprint that is going to be created. It's an absolute stone win, and everybody that was able to take advantage of it. Everybody coming that has their ticket will have a ticket for the game. That ticket will be a seat. It will not be standing room only. So we're going to blow it out in lot P for the tailgate, and I'm super excited about it. So that's my update. Go ahead.
Well, no, dude, you know, tell the people what they paid for these tickets initially. When you see the tickets, especially if we're expecting the kind of season that the Eagles are going to have this year, Joe, that's not an easy ticket, and that's not a cheap ticket. But the people that got these tickets when you made them available, they got these things for like $100, right?
It was $103 for each. It included a game ticket, included the full tailgate, included all of that. And it was the first, I don't know if you remember, but when we announced that, it was the first of multiple experiences that we were going to roll out to JAKIB Nation in our partnership with Savvy Seats. So I want to roll out what I'm here to introduce today. What do you see this? This is experience number 2. Zander, see if you can put that up and split us. There we go. So Dan, I am rolling out today and announcing what is our NFC East experience. Okay. So listen to this outline. It's the NFC East. It's a home and home with the New York Giants. So Sunday, November 8th, that game is at Lincoln Financial Field. And then January 10th, that game is up at MetLife. Our JAKIB luxury 56 passenger bus is included for the trip up to MetLife. Food and beverage, of course. We're creating a limited edition only for all of JAKIB Nation that will be part of the package. You'll get 2 tickets for each game, Dan. So you'll get 2 tickets for the Eagles Giants on November 8th at the Link, and then you'll get 2 tickets for the game in New York at MetLife. So you're going to get a total of 4 tickets. If you're in Philadelphia and you want to take the luxury shuttle or the luxury 56 passenger bus, we're going to leave from Philadelphia for MetLife. We're going to do a smaller VIP tailgate up at MetLife Stadium, and the tailgate down in Philadelphia on the 8th will be VIP as well. And the reason it is limited to 55, it's a 56 passenger luxury bus, and I need a seat. So there's 55 seats or packages. Well, there's not even 55 packages available, because if you buy the Double Eagles experience, that includes 2 tickets. So, if 26 people buy that, we're sold out already. Do you know what I mean? Just because of the bus. But think about that. 2 tickets at the Link, 2 tickets at MetLife, plus the luxury cruiser, plus the food, and the VIP tailgate. It's a much smaller, more intimate opportunity for us to do something for JAKIB Nation. And we are super, super excited about it. And this is experience number 2 of 4. I have 2 more coming that will roll out once we get into camp. But if you're interested in it, most important, reach out to me and text experience. So text experience.
Right there at the bottom, everyone. You can see it
right at the bottom, 267-261-3428. And then when I jump off the screen, I think Zander will put a scroll up for a lot of for the rest of your show today. But because of the limited number, we'll probably sell out pretty quickly. And you'll reserve an opportunity to attend both games, both Giants games, one in Philadelphia and one at MetLife Stadium. And I'm excited about being able to offer that to JAKIB Nation. It's just another way for myself and for you and for Zander and for John McMullen to say thank you to JAKIB Nation. I mean, I got to tell you, Dan.
That's a great deal, dude.
No, it is. And I got to tell you, I love when we get an opportunity to say thank you to our community and and by the way, the community that has been built by Zander and John and you and everybody that is part of JAKIB Nation. And we're going to thank everybody all season long. I mean, we're going into what will be the biggest year in the history of JAKIB sports, meaning 26-27. And we don't do that without JAKIB Nation and the community that has been built. So I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to be able to create these experiences that otherwise would never be created. And they certainly wouldn't be created for what is a dollar amount that really is not even manageable or able to get done. You know what I mean? That's the part of it that I think is actually amazing.
I'm going to tell you something here that I wasn't going to say something because I spoke to somebody last night, but to JAKIB Nation and to what JAKIB Nation has done for me personally. So I get a call from Scott Masteller last night asking me if I'd like to do some radio shows for 97.5. And I'm like, Scott? He goes, yeah, we watch your show all the time, JAKIB Nation. And we watch JAKIB Sports. And I'm like, excuse me? And, when we had our, Morgan and Morgan, I've got people now because they watch the show Monday through Friday, putting things out there going, hey, I use it now. And I just want to tell you, Joe, so when you're able to give something back to people, like you said, none of us would be anywhere. I wouldn't be where I'm wanting to go without what we've done here for the last 6 years. So I'm very appreciative. And when we can do something like this, I mean, dude, ticket prices in the NFL and all sports are off the charts right now. So when you could give somebody an opportunity that really has kind of built us up and helped us over these years, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to reciprocate. You want to go back and you want to give people back for what they've done for us. So I got to tell you, man, I think that's a great thing. And I think what we've done here with everybody, and as everyone starts to roll back into football season here with us, I think that's a wonderful thing. And
no doubt about it. Listen, the benefit of being part of JAKIB Nation, I'm looking for 55 people that want to go to both games, do it in a VIP style. And if this isn't the trip for you or this isn't the experience for you, but you're going to be at that tailgate, we're going to be in Lot P, and I've got more information about that I'm going to be rolling out as we start to get into August. And it is going to be a great, great day on the 13th of September, the first ever JAKIB tailgate. I'm looking forward to doing that, and then I'm looking forward to this, and then 2 more experiences. Boy, the next one the next experience that we roll out is going to be incredible. And then we have one that I'm saving for the very end, and it's all built around that road to the Lombardi. That's going to be our fourth experience.
I think it's in Atlanta, isn't it? I think the Super Bowl is in Atlanta this year.
No, I think it's out. I think it is out in. Is it out in LA? Is it out in SoFi?
Oh, it's in Los Angeles. You're right.
Yeah.
Right. It's in LA. Yep. That's right. It's in Los Angeles. That's right. All right, Joe, I appreciate you, bro. I mean, that's a great rollout. And like I said, here's the number. Make sure you guys use the number here. You're not going to find a better opportunity to have more fun at an NFL game. And you get a home and away here with this, right, Joe?
Yeah, home and away. This is a home and away series. So if you're going to the game,
NFC East experience, home and away.
Yep. If you're going to the game at the Link on the 8th of November, you're coming with us in January for that final game, which, by the way, at least at this point, you can say there are implications with that game in January, where the Eagles could be in a position by winning that game, securing home field advantage throughout the entire playoffs as they settle and zero in on 14 wins this year, Dan. And get ready to go into get ready to go into the playoffs. That's what I'm listen.
But you got 14-3.
That's what I am expecting. I'll leave you with this. If you go back and look at how many games did the Eagles lose last year?
6.
If you go back and look at those 6 losses, I want to say 4 of the 6 losses from last year, the offense handed the defense the lead late in the game, and the defense couldn't get off the field. So for all the conversation about Jalen can do and Jalen can't do and everything else, they were in a position to win it. They handed it to Vic Fangio and his defense, and the defense was unable to get off the field when they needed it most. In at least 4 of those 6 losses last year.
So you think the defense let down the Eagles more than the offense did a year ago?
I do. I do. Listen, if you're
one of the few people that go down that lane, but your logic, I see.
Well, you played the game. If the offense,
no, they couldn't stop the run.
If the offense hands you the lead, it's up to you to get off the field, Dan.
Joe, do you want to hear another stat, what you're saying, and what it goes along with what I've been saying? In every one of those 6 losses, the Eagles gave up 160 yards rushing at 5 yards a clip. They couldn't get off the field, the defense.
Well,
every loss, they got rolled.
Yeah, when you go back and look at those losses individually, you have to do it today because you're on your show, but I know you do a lot of show prep. Go back and take a look at some of those losses and look at and take a look at where the Eagles were in the game with the lead, handing it back to the defense, and the defense couldn't convert. So, but anyway, I'm not picking on the defense. I'm just pointing it out that I have a strong feeling this year that this team is going to go deep into the playoffs, and perhaps that's much to your chagrin. But the reality, no, I get it. Listen,
it's great content for me. Here's my question: so you're saying this team's better than last year's roster without AJ?
Well, it's the one. The loss of AJ presents the one Achilles heel that you didn't. That I think is the mistake that they made. You know, I'm hoping that the healthy offensive line creates enough buffer for the offense to, instead of playing behind the sticks, put themselves in second or third and manageable. And that was a huge deficiency a year ago. But is Mekhi Lemon going to replace A.J. Brown? No. Is Devontae Smith the best receiver on the roster by far? He's a great player, dude.
Yep.
he was a great player when they were drafted. He was a great player when he was at Alabama. The guy's a star. Is Mekhi Lemon a star? I'm not so sure. You know, and I think that's where you're exposed. That's where potentially you're exposed.
We shall see, Joe. I can't wait for this to all transpire, man. I'm telling you, that's a great deal. We'll talk more about it throughout the program and throughout the next couple days, because I don't think this is going to be around long.
No, I think by camp on Tuesday, we'll have 55 or 56. It's 56 seats on the bus. Listen, if I have to stand in the aisle and give up the extra seat, I'll stand in the middle of the aisle to ride up with JAKIB Nation up to MetLife. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, you better have a beer in your hand with that one after that 14-3 prediction of yours. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. This is going to be one of the most interesting years since we've been covering the Eagles because of all the question marks. I mean, there's a lot of questions. Will the offensive line bounce back? Will Barkley bounce back? Who's Sean Mannion? Will Jalen adapt to the new offense? I mean, there's more questions than there were, I think, answers in this offseason. You still got those same questions, Joe, from a year ago. And now you've added more. How will you look without AJ? How will you look in this new offense? Will the run game come back? Is the defense going to continue to elevate? How are they going to look? I think there's a lot on the line here, and we shall see.
I think you're right on. Listen, you're the expert. I'm just, I'm just part of the process.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what, Joe, we'll keep on this. Thank you so much, my friend.
All right, good stuff. Thanks, JAKIB Nation. Appreciate it, man.
You got it. That is Joe. You see Zander throwing shade there a little bit? How you doing? Hit that like button. 14 wins. You know what? There's a lot of guys that have that and think that they're going to put those kind of wins up this year. I tell you, like I said yesterday, I still think you have all those question marks that you had a year ago, and they have not been answered. These fans love Joe's take because he's just as delusional as they are. 14 wins. Wow. Will that be a bad year for Big Sills? I know our defense sucks hurts. Would have 4 Super Bowls if we only had a defense. I think that's being facetious. Okay. Let's see here. I had to go back in my group chat to see what I said about AJ in a season. I was screaming bench his ass. You were saying bench AJ Brown. For who? A year ago. You were saying bench AJ Brown. For who? Jahan Dotson? Yo, Seals, when are you coming to Philly to knock off a couple cold ones with JAKIB Nation? I'll tell you what, man, they're rolling that thing out. And especially that New York game. I don't know, man. You got me intrigued. That's for damn sure. Seals, you didn't read my super. Sig, I'll go up there and I'll go get it right now. Let's see here. Sig. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Z. LeBron in the crowd cheering in an Eagles jersey as Jalen tossed Mekhi Lemon the game-winning TD pass in the NFC Championship game. Hey, Sig made me read that. See that? Thank you, bro. Appreciate you being a member for 20 months. Thank you, man. Means a lot. Thank you. Sig put that up there. Does how we want to get Jalen Carter's contract done before the start of training camp? Well, we got 4 days. Hey, Richie, I was told by M. Reyes that deal would be done by now. Come on now, Reyes. Where's that Jalen Carter deal? Come on, Reyes. I've been waiting for that deal. Where is it? Where is it? Hey, and by the way, the story, let's go back to what we were saying. The storyline this morning on Get Up, that show with Mike Greenberg, is Nick Sirianni coaching for his job. How could a guy that's 65-30 be coaching for his job? Well, because, we're Philly, and if you don't win a Super Bowl, you get fired. Okay. Get this. Y'all said he won't do it until midseason. He might do it a third time ever. Hold on. When's the last time he's done a contract in season? When's the last time he's done that? Nick's fine? Hey, that was some topic this morning. The winningest coach in the NFC. Here's the headline. Is Nick Sirianni coaching for his job? And then the other storylines this offseason, Hurts is a 17th rated quarterback by team executives. And the players don't have him as a top 50. And Nick's coaching for his job. Did you guys win 5 games last year? I could have swore you won 11. I mean, I could have sworn. You know what? This is going to go back to Z, though. Z says Z's got a point here. You ready? Zander's got a point. Okay, because this is what their comment was today. Well, if the coach sucks so bad, then Hurts has to get the love. And if Hurts is a ding-dong, Nick's got to get the love. So which side are you on? Can it be just two stiffs? See, that's my take. I think you got 2 C students in the room, and you got an A student with Howie Roseman. Those are the C students. Look, Sam Darnold's a C student. He's not an A student, but you got an A general manager. You see, it's important for me, an A student, to make sure little minions like you understand the game. Because most of you are C students. Actually, the world is C students. And it's an objective of all great leaders to take people and elevate and turn those C students into B students. You think Nick takes C students and turns them into A students? You think he's developed Jalen? Do you think Jalen is elevated himself over the last 4 years, skill set wise, into one of the top passers in the game? Oh, man, we are 4 days out. I cannot wait. And boy, what a take by Zander's old man. The defense sucked. Vic blew it. Holy shit. I was like, what, come again? What was that? Vic Fangio was getting all the love, and Big Joe was coming off the top rope. With that being said, are we going to have a dispute in the household this weekend over burgers and steaks? We bring in Big Z. What the hell was that take, Big Z? Your old man said the defense, that was their fault last year that the team didn't do well.
That was a crock. I mean, that was a crock of shit. I don't know what the heck he's talking about. I'll have to give him a buzz after the show and talk and rip him for that take. But look, it's a big day in Philadelphia, Sileo. The sights currently are not on the Eagles on this football Friday right now. I think that Sixer team is the best chance to go and compete for a championship that maybe they've ever had in this process era of the team. And, look, you said it pretty well in your first hour with LeBron, and obviously you're not getting LeBron of 10 years ago, but you don't need LeBron of 10 years ago. You got a guy who's got more playoff experience than that entire Sixer team put together. You have great ball dominant players who can carry the load through the 82 game season, and Maxey and Edgecombe and Jaylen Brown. Well, I think this Sixer team's got a lot of excitement. My only small concern is just the amount of ball dominant players that they have. Not all those players are good off ball players. So we'll see. But, I think that's where Nick Nurse is going to have to figure it out here.
A little small, but I'll say this to you about this team here. The greatest thing ever happened to Edgecombe and Maxey is LeBron James being added to this team. LeBron James, you don't compare him to Jordan. You compare him to Magic. He's a facilitator, dude. He's a guy that tries to get everybody on the floor
Yeah.
playing better basketball. LeBron's not always looking for the final shot. He's looking for the best shot. That's what that guy is. He's really a savant on the court. And what I like about him in today's era, he reminds me again of the Bradys, the Messis. These guys have spent over $2 million a year taking care of their body. He's a 20-point, 7-6 guy at 41. Dude, Michael Jordan was finished at 37 when he went to the Wizards.
Yeah, I agree. And I think he's going to help these young guys who I think are the most talented. I mean, LeBron is obviously immensely talented. I don't think anybody will dispute that. But, right now the crux of the talent in terms of, like I said, will carry the team will be young Maxey, will be young Edgecombe, will be Jalen Brown, will be even Embiid. LeBron will still add to that. But I think what LeBron brings is that pedigree and that experience of a playoff player, a veteran player. I think this is really a great sign. And by the way, one other thing is, I don't think there's another team out there that LeBron could have went with if he were to win a championship with them that would do more for his legacy than winning a championship in Philadelphia would do. He could go to Miami and win another one. That would be great. He could have went back to Cleveland. That would have been great. He could have went to Minnesota with Anthony Edwards. That would have been great. If he goes to Philadelphia and they win an NBA championship, not only will he be immortalized in this city, but his resume and the way it is perceived when he's done in the league, I think will be above and beyond. And I'm already, I think Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time, but I think LeBron is right there. And I think that could change that. I could change that in many's eyes.
If you get a guy to win a fourth title in 4 different cities in an era where athletes are mobile and he delivers another championship in another city, that would be 5 titles, but it would be 4 different cities that he had impact on. And winning a championship in Philadelphia is like the Cubs winning the World Series. They hadn't won it in a while. They've been the dreads. I mean, the whole Elton Brand era kept waiting for that whole thing when it came to the process.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, too, it'll change the narrative of Josh Harris in Philadelphia.
Yep.
And I'll tell you this, too, dude. Who's a better general manager in Philadelphia right now? Bob Myers or Howie?
Well, Bob Myers and Mike Gansey coming together to do some great work. Howie's got the track record, though.
That guy does have 5 NBA championships, too.
That's true. That's true. I mean, that's pretty unbelievable.
4 NBA championships to his resume out there in Golden State, dude.
Yeah. Boy, it's exciting, though, man. I'll tell you what.
About that team, too, man. You know what? Golden State wasn't a big team. So this isn't a big team, too. This is more of a perimeter team. But I don't know, will it be a transition team? Because can Embiid get up and down the court, dude? Will LeBron
it will be a transition team without
It's going to be a half-court team then.
It'll be a transition team, but you will not be transitioning with 5 players. You're going to have Jalen Brown, VJ Edgecombe, and Tyrese Maxey running up and down that floor left and right. Embiid and LeBron, I don't think – now, LeBron is obviously still – I mean, for a 41-year-old, that dude, he's unbelievable. But I like your comparison, by the way, with Magic. I think that's a great comparison.
Yeah, because he's more of a facilitator. He's not a shooter. Like, even though, again.
No, I mean, he's obviously better than Magic was at that. But he's I agree with what you're saying in terms of he's not the last second shot taker like somebody like a Kobe or a Mike was. It's different, But I'll tell you what, Sills, you know what else, dude, is I love polarizing people. If you can't tell, we've been Sileo's been working for the last 5 years. LeBron is a polarizing player. Like, he's obviously, his resume speaks for itself. I don't need to sit up here and gas it up further than it's already been gassed by his play. But certain people don't like LeBron. Certain people love LeBron. One thing is for
LeBron.
Me too. One thing is for absolute certain. The ratings in Philadelphia will be absolutely through the roof, because whether you love him or you hate him, you will watch him and you will pay to go and see him play at Xfinity Center or whatever the arena is now. It's no longer Wells Fargo. But, yeah, I'm excited, man. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be an exciting time. And the other thing is, Sills, I haven't been as basketball heavy as I've aged. But when I was younger, basketball was my sport. I loved basketball. Like when I was in grade school and high school and college, I freaking loved basketball. And LeBron was the guy I loved. I mean, I used to fight with my cousin about he used to say Durant's better, and I'm like, what the fuck, are you smoking crack? But it's just cool to be like I went live today and I actually said the words, LeBron James is coming to the Philadelphia 76ers and will play in the city of brotherly love.
Crazy.
That felt pretty unbelievable to me, which is a pretty cool thing.
Holy cow.
Pansexuals and
Jalenites.
Underdog, no, you might want to go and hide under a rock, dude.
Holy cow, man. Holy cow. By the way, also too, Zander, how many things can knock the Eagles off the front page?
Not many. LeBron James can.
They are going to be front headline news every single night when they tip that.
Dude, I'll be watching every game.
Hey, dude, how about with Knicks and Sixers? How about Sixers and Celtics on a Thursday night?
Team is cooked.
How about How about the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Sixers playing on a Thursday night? You know what the Christmas game's going to be already, don't you?
Knicks Sixers or Lakers Sixers?
Knicks Sixers.
Well, there's a lot of options. I mean, you could go Knicks, you could go Celtics, you could go Lakers, you could go.
I want Knicks Sixers in Madison Square Garden. Knicks and Sixers in Madison Square Garden.
They're cat food, the Knicks.
Hey, you know what's hard for Philadelphia fans to root against that Knicks team? Jalen Brunson.
Well, I like Jalen Brunson, but I mean, I'm not going to root for him. If they're playing the Sixers, I was fine with them winning the title because I freaking hate the Spurs. And I'm not even that much of a Wemby guy. All you guys selling me on Wemby. But no, so yeah, but if they go versus Sixers, I mean, come on.
Sixers Lakers would be good.
I just saw some dude in here say that Nick Nurse is a scrub. Who said that?
He's not a scrub.
Who said that?
Nurse is a scrub.
Nick Nurse. Wait a second. Nick Nurse. I'm pretty sure Nick Nurse won an NBA championship with the Toronto freaking Raptors.
He did.
All right, Ryan G. With the Toronto Raptors.
With Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, with Kawhi Leonard. Correct. I mean, come on, dude. Come on.
Yeah, he's not a scrub.
Who do you have on that team? Kyle Lowry. Was DeMar DeRozan on that team?
Yeah, yes.
No, I think DeRozan left, didn't he?
No.
It was Pascal Siakam, wasn't it?
Who did they have up there?
I think they traded DeRozan before that.
Raptors championship starting 5. What was that team?
I'm pretty sure it was Siakam, Fred VanVleet, Marc Gasol was on that team, I think.
Yeah, Marc Gasol. You're right. They did. Kyle Lowry was on that team. Yep, Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green. Yeah, those would be. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, maybe Nick Nurse isn't your favorite.
He was a bench.
I don't know that he's a bum. I don't know that I'd call him a bum.
That's not an impressive starting 5.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not at all.
And that's a team that beat the Sixers, right, in the opening round on the rim around. Remember when Kawhi put that bitch up? That's the one that knocked them out. Because I still believe to this day, if the Sixers win that game, they may win the championship that year.
Maybe. I want to alert you, Sills. I want to put your big Sills bat signal on. All right, for something. So the Sixers make a move today that you just said will potentially move the Eagles to page 2 of the newspaper. And I agree with that, by the way. Mr. Howie Roseman does not like that. Sills. And I know you just brought the question, who's the best GM in Philly? I'm telling you right now, everybody get ready. Because I'm not of the belief that Howie Roseman will watch his football team play second fiddle to the Sixers this year. Max Crosby, are you out there?
Hey, dude, look at your GMs in your city. Danny Briere, you've got Howie Roseman, you got a president now in Myers, and your general manager is Dave Dombrowski with the Phillies. Dude, you got some people in that. You got some folks in that city that know what they're doing, dude.
Yep.
Looks like Philly sports. I mean, the Flyers look like they're turning around, right? The Eagles are a contender. The Phillies have turned it around since they fired that scrub Rob Thompson.
He's not a scrub. Shut up.
And now you bring in LeBron.
Wait a second. Why is he a scrub?
I don't know. Because Angelo said. I don't.
Fucking Angelo thinks Andy Reid's a scrub.
Look. I do think
guys' opinions on coaches is
actually
nothing.
the reason that team is
when your best baseball players don't hit the ball.
Wait, no,
you're not going to win a lot of baseball games.
Well, what happened? What happened when Mattingly took the reign?
Well, you can ask
your
the same
superstar pitcher back.
What happened when they fired Joe Girardi and went on to go to the World Series?
You got your superstar pitcher back.
Right. I mean, what happened when Girardi got fired and Thompson took over? Managing in baseball, to me, is in many ways overrated. That doesn't mean it's not important, but to me, it's overrated because it's so hard. You can make every right decision, and if your pitchers aren't pitching or your batters aren't hitting, you're cooked. Now, you can manage your way to a loss with the wrong decisions, but I don't believe Rob made that many wrong decisions.
Well, let me tell you this, man. I think Dave Roberts, how he managed.
Oh, he does a great job.
When Dave Roberts managed,
what does Dave Roberts have?
Hold on. I got it. He's got an open checkbook. However, still, when he was managing that pitching staff this last year against the Blue Jays, and he had to go deeper with starters and do this and that,
he did a good job.
I thought he really put himself out there. He had to put starters out there. I think you really do have to know what you're doing with starting pitching, especially in a short series or especially in a 7-game series. For a regular season, Zander, I'm with you sitting back on your ass eating pumpkin seeds and shit like that. But in a playoff, I think guys like Bochy and guys like Dave Roberts, I think they do matter here. All right. Yeah. Speaking of coaching and managing. So I was watching ESPN today. You know what the main story was on ESPN's morning show? I'll read you the quote. Is Nick Sirianni coaching for his job? Here's a guy who's 65-30. And the number one question that Mike Greenberg is asking the panel there, what does Nick Sirianni do? And, I told everyone, the national media is generally, how much behind us? Or about a year behind us. Zander, how can a guy with a 65-30 record be coaching for his job? Look across the league. Sean McVay's not coaching for his job. Kyle Shanahan's not coaching for his job. Matt LaFleur's not coaching for his job. No coach anywhere I've heard where that guy, no, Shane Steichen might be because they want more results. I get it. But here's the winningest coach in the NFC. Why is he on the line?
Well, there's multiple prongs to it. I mean, there's obviously pros and cons, but the way Philly runs and the way they've run in the last decade plus is they have a Super Bowl or bust mentality from a sense of if you aren't achieving success at the level that they want, which is Super Bowl, your job is hot. Your seat is hot. Look at Jalen Hurts. He's in the same conversation right now. The guy's the winningest quarterback the Eagles have ever had. Same with Nick Sirianni. Same thing with Doug Peterson. He had one losing season. He was in the playoffs 3 years prior. He won the Super Bowl 3 years before. Now, there's negatives to that, and you point them out often, where you think, they turned over too quickly. They cost themselves. I don't think they cost themselves Super Bowls. I disagree with you on that. But there are negatives where you create more turnover. But they have a pressurized environment that forces you to be at your best or else you will be replaced. And maybe that's what's happening to Nick right now. but I'm also not fully buying that.
Well,
he's in
I completely hold to that you've left Super Bowls on the table. Thank God the New England Patriots, in that 10-year gap that they didn't win, got knee-jerk reaction and fired Belichick because they turned around and won 4 more.
It's a different franchise. I mean, there's different. I'm not saying
there's patience in that franchise.
I agree.
No patience in the Philadelphia.
Okay, franchise. I understand what you're saying, but there are multiple ways to do it, and the Eagles have obviously done it a different way than the Patriots have. But you're also pointing out a team that a dynasty that really hasn't really been replicated many times. I mean, how many NFL owners have won 6 rings?
Okay, true. How about this, though? They built that dynasty on a 6th-round draft choice that they had to have patience with and blowing out a guy like...
That's not what you're talking about.
Bro, it is. You had to make these critical...
They didn't have patience with break. They didn't say, okay, Tom, sit on the bench. You'll be our starter soon. Drew went down and Tom seized the moment.
Here's the equivalent. Hey, Tanner, guess what? You're our new starting quarterback. We're benching Jalen Hurts.
No, it's not. If Jalen
really?
went down and got hurt and Tanner seized the moment, that would be the equivalent.
They wouldn't go back to Jalen.
I don't know. You tell me. They haven't given him a new contract.
They went back to Wentz.
Well, they traded Wentz also.
Okay, but at the time, they went back to Wentz. And
that's different. That's a different comp. Nick Foles was 30-something years old.
Bro, they didn't build that franchise on first-round draft choices. They built that on decision. They built that on decision-making and late-round draft choices.
I understand, but the Patriots comp that you're using is more of an exception and not a rule. The Eagles do it differently. I do agree with you. They do it way differently.
How many first-round draft choices do you think the Chiefs have built that 5 Super Bowls around? Like, how many big-time names have they built it around besides the quarterback?
Yeah, not many outside of Mahomes. I mean, Chris Jones, obviously. But everybody else, L'Jarius Sneed, gone. Trent McDuffie, gone. Tyreek Hill, gone. Yeah, I mean, they move in and out. But again, you're talking about a team that has a quarterback that will go down as one of the greatest to ever hold a football. I mean, he's a generational player. That gives you a different level of leeway to operate a different way.
Okay.
Like, for example, let me just say, do you think if the Eagles operated that way, the Eagles would have even as close to as much success as they've had in the last 5 years?
I think if they would have had more patience with Brian Johnson or maybe some of the other coordinators, your quarterback would be further along.
Well, what if they traded all the players? What if that's a part of it too, though.
Well, they do trade players away.
Yeah, but they pay some players, dude. I mean, the Eagles have one of the most expensive rosters in the league.
No. They had one of the most expensive offenses in the league.
Right. So they wouldn't have never paid AJ. They wouldn't have never paid Devontae. They trade him and use a draft pick.
They don't have one of the highest rosters. They have one of the highest offenses, the highest.
Well, they're at the cap. I mean, so they do because it's by default. It's built in. But yeah, I mean,
they have an unbalanced salary cap right now.
Yeah, it'll be back to more even, I think, in the next few years. We'll see, though.
Yeah,
it depends.
So again, here, I want to give you that one thing on Brady, though. So I want to go back to the story here. So the year previous, they gave Bledsoe a $117 million state-of-the-art contract with an $18 million signing bonus. He gets hurt on a Thursday night, and this 6th-round quarterback that they had drafted the year previous, who was the backup, he goes in and he wins the rest of the games. I think he got beaten the first one, and he put some good ones in. Then he gets hurt in the playoff game, and Bledsoe comes in and wins the AFC Championship game. They beat the Steelers. And in that decision right there, Belichick goes like this. No, I'm not going back to Bledsoe. I'm going with Brady, the 6th-round pick. That decision right there and that move right there.
You're comparing this to the Tom Brady. It was one of the greatest anomalies in all of football history.
He didn't know that then.
I know. I'm just saying it's not. It wasn't.
He had no. Bro,
it was an anomaly.
He could have been Nick Foles at that time.
It was an anomaly.
He could have been Nick Foles. Could he not have been?
So in your opinion, the success that the Eagles have had in the last decade, which is one of the most successful teams in the NFL, 2 Super Bowls, They've been to what, 3?
3.
They've been to 3, won 3 NFCs. They've won the NFC East, I think, six times in the last decade. I mean, they're one of the most successful teams in the last decade.
Do you think the reason that Nick Sirianni?
Are there some negatives? Yeah, I live with the negatives, though, for the positive that they're getting.
Okay, so a Super Bowl year, Nick Sirianni is on the hot seat after 4 games. Going into this year, he's on the hot seat going into the season. Do you think that's a direct result of the general manager believing that he has a Super Bowl roster every year and that he believes that that coach should have that team in the NFC title game every single season?
I think that's the owner.
The owner?
Yeah, it's the owner.
Well, it's the owner because of the money you spend on the offense.
Well, remember, Howie still works for the owner. Why do you think Howie's so aggressive every year?
Okay. So, well, he trusts Howie more than he trusts Nick, right?
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay, well, then the pressure on Nick is from Howie and from the owner.
Yeah, but it's from the owner. Howie can't fire Nick.
Okay. So Doug Peterson was fired by the owner.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Okay. Howie didn't recommend him to be fired.
Well, I mean, I don't know what their conversations were.
I'm trying to get an understanding.
No, I mean, if the coach is getting fired, it's Jeffrey Lurie who makes the decision. Will he take input from Howie? I'm sure he does. I mean, I'm sure you have conversations, but the final decision, the buck stops with Lurie on firings like that.
Okay, so how many of those decisions do you think are made by those two? Coaching, offensive coordinators? You think Chris Cooper was also a Jeffrey Lurie hire?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about head coach for that.
Okay. Same guy.
But I think again,
same guy that got involved with BG saying something on the air. He wanted him off the air.
Hear me out though. Sometimes a CEO doesn't make every micro decision, but he sets the macro direction of the company, which might mean a regional manager might have to fire somebody in the region because they're not performing, but that comes from the direction of the CEO. Jeffrey Lurie has set up the Eagles organization to have a no patience mentality, a greatness or bust mentality. And I think that permeates into some of the, other parts of the team. But I don't think Jeffrey Lurie's firing or hiring Chris Cooper. I mean, come on.
Okay. So he's not. Okay. So when they fired or pushed out Stoutland, Nick Sirianni made the hire of Cooper on his own, right?
I think so. Or that or Mannion. Maybe Mannion had a part of it.
So Mannion hired that guy.
Maybe. I mean, Nick will be responsible for the decision. But I think Nick has the ability to have that.
I'm not getting to anywhere. I'm just trying to figure out. You think Sean?
The greatest lie ever told. Whenever Sileo tells you, I'm not trying to set anything up. I'm just asking the question.
So who the owner was okay with Stoutland being pushed out, and he's okay with Nick making the hire of Cooper.
Yeah.
Okay. You replace Jeff Stoutland with Nick Sirianni.
LeBron signed with my city today, and you're trying to put me in a bad mood on this.
I'm not putting anybody in a bad mood. I am not doing any of this.
I haven't bought a jersey in a decade. You hear Krause talking about those 2 Sixers tickets? Yeah, sorry, folks. We're not giving all those away. We'll give away a couple racks, but I might have to take a couple sets of those suckers. All right? I might have to go to a couple games this year.
What game would you go to, Knicks?
I'll go to any game.
That place is going to be packed every night.
It's going to be filled to the brim.
Dude, you're going to see so many actors and actresses at that game.
It's going to be great.
Oh, my God. Is that going to be?
I'm pumped for the city because they deserve it. Even if it doesn't get the championship, which obviously you want, but it will be cool to have a player and a star of that caliber, in Philly.
Like I said, it's like Messi going to Inter Miami. You're not getting the 25-year-old LeBron, but you're getting a great player. So, Z, I'm not really going anywhere.
I think the Sixers might win it all.
It's not stupid.
I know it's early to say that, obviously, and there's a little bit of
you don't
Sixers.
really they're better than San Antonio or Oklahoma City, do you?
I'll take them over San Antonio right now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, you're looking at the battle in the East right now. I think we're a better team than the Celtics, obviously. The Knicks are a great team, but they're not built in a way that's unbeatable. Like for example, huh?
You think you're better than the Thunder?
I mean, what are you worried about the West so much for?
You just said you want to win. You just said you're going to win.
We got one series to win.
Hold on, you just said you want to win an NBA championship. That's
yeah. Were the Cavaliers better than the Warriors when they won the ring? No, but they beat them in that series. I mean,
oh, okay.
You can beat a team.
I like your fandom.
Were the Dallas Mavericks better than the Miami Heat with Dirk Nowitzki? No, they were not the better roster.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
They outplayed them. They were not the better team.
Well, Dirk was the best guy in the series
Dirk
in that game.
Fucking cash, baby. That dude was straight cash. I had a Dirk Nowitzki jersey after that.
Dirk. Dude, he was unconscious in that series.
Oh my gosh. The whole playoff run. He was insane.
He was, man.
But my point was you can beat it. You can be not as talented as a team and still win, in a series.
Yes, you can.
And by the way, I think the Sixers.
Hey, bro, by the way, when you say this, I was gonna laugh in your face when you said, I think the Sixers can win the NBA championship. And I went, well,
Wait, so you think the Spurs are a better team than the Sixers right now?
I do.
Because of Wembanyama?
Yeah.
20-year-old dude who disappeared in the biggest moments?
You want to know disappear? You got the biggest road cone in the history of the NBA on that Sixer team.
I'm not defending him.
I mean, that guy plays 30 games a year.
You know who else they got? Jalen Brown's not a road cone.
I know.
LeBron James isn't a road cone.
It's 5-on-5, not 4-on-5.
Jason Tatum went down this year. Jalen Brown.
Hey, you don't have to sell me. I think they're good. I don't think they're better.
You're taking a dump in a classic Sileo way. Yeah, they're great. Let me just take a dump on them on the way out the door.
Because I said they're not better than the two teams that played in the West. I think the two teams that played in the West are the two best teams in the NBA.
That's a good thing we're not in the West then, guy.
You just got through telling me winning an NBA title. You got to play them to win the title.
Yeah, you got to beat them in a 4-game series. I think we can beat Victor Wembanyama with LeBron James in a 4-game series. Yes, I do.
You're the best in the East.
So you don't think the Sixers can beat the Spurs in a best-of-7 series?
I said that they're a better team than you. That doesn't mean they won't win.
They're not a better team. I think so.
Okay, you're right. The Sixers haven't been dick in 100 years, and now they get LeBron, and now they're going to beat the San Antonio Spurs.
No, they didn't just get LeBron. Don't they traded for Jalen Brown? Dude, they took Paul George and a couple draft picks and picked up Jalen Brown and LeBron James.
Getting rid of that Paul George contract is unreal.
Come on, man. Yeah, Ramir, do me a favor. Shut your bitch ass up. You're a Brooklyn Nets fan, Ramir. You don't even like the real New York team. You're a Brooklyn fan, Ramir.
This guy hangs out at Barclay. Hey, bro, you hanging out at Barclay? Shit.
Freaking Ramir.
Come on, man. Nobody likes the Nets. Nobody likes the Nets. Nobody likes the Nets.
I'll tell you what the toughest thing for the Sixers will be this year is that Joel Embiid actually has to play center. Like, no more like standing at the perimeter like you're some sort of threat.
Threes.
Yeah, you're not a threat. Maxey, Edgecombe, Jalen Brown, and LeBron James. Yo, Joel Embiid, go stand on the fucking block and get me 15 boards a game. That's what I need from you.
Here's what look. When you look at this starting five now, they need more size. I've got no problem with Bob Myers filling that in. He'll find some size here, but Maxey, VJ, Jalen Brown, LeBron James, and Joel Embiid. Dog, you know what? I gotta think Cavaliers have a pretty good starting five, but Miami doesn't. They have Bam and Giannis and nobody. The Pistons, okay. I mean, I think the Sixers might have the best starting five in the East, next to the Knicks. See, I don't know if the Knicks though. God, they're so good in transition, and you think their backcourt. The Knicks' backcourt is better, is it? Maxey and Edgecombe versus with Brunson's guys. I don't know. That's going to be a great series.
I don't know that their backcourt's better. I mean, that's a pretty nasty backcourt in New York, and obviously Brunson. I mean, he's a hell of a basketball player, but yeah, I think LeBron makes a big difference, and Jaylen Brown, obviously. I mean, Jaylen Brown is a massive upgrade over what Paul George was, and then you bring in LeBron James. I mean, I don't think the addition of LeBron. I mean, obviously LeBron's talent is huge, but you get a bunch of young guys, and you get them around a player that has 24 years in the NBA. Sills. He's been a part of how many NBA finals has LeBron been to? 10? 10 NBA finals. I mean, that's a lot of experience and a lot of pedigree that they can rely on in those tough moments late in the playoffs. So
three of those teams were shitty too.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
Look,
here's Ramir. I'm from Jersey. I don't switch out. Yeah, Ramir, enjoy your Brooklyn Nets jersey. All right, guy? All right?
I can't defend that shit there. Hey, man, one thing, though, about your cheerleader coach. So he's now saying that Dontavian Wicks is Keenan Allen?
Oh, God. I didn't see what you're talking about, but my guess would be this. Sileo is embellishing.
No, he said, hey, Marsh, I need you. No, hey, Nick.
If Marsh is your Nick Sirianni bodyguard.
No. He comped Dontavian Wicks to Keenan Allen.
I'm happy that you and Marsh have been having little powwows over Nick Sirianni all week. It's been really cute.
Well, hey, it's not that hard when you got a doorman as a head coach. Listen here, Dontavian Wicks.
Wait a second. To the doorman that's delivered two NFC titles, but with what you call a doorman at quarterback, I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I know, man. Both those guys. You got an A+ general manager, and you've got doormen, quarterbacks, and head. No, they're good. They're good. They're good, coach, and he's a good quarterback. They're not exceptional. And now you got a guy comparing Dontavian Wicks, who was blown out of Green Bay because they didn't have a spot for him, to Keenan Allen. A guy with 13,000 receiving yards and over 1,100 catches. He's now Keenan Allen. All right. Listen.
Can someone in the chat tell me what Nick actually said? Because Silly is embellishing, and I can't listen. I can't take his words.
He compared him to Keenan Allen. All right. Here. I got another one here for you. All right. So
I think Wicks has a big year.
What's a big year?
I think he has 700 yards.
That would be a huge year if he was able to do that.
Yeah.
Here, I'll get it for you, Z. Here, watch this. Nick Sirianni. Here. No, I'll do a Nick. I'll do a fucking Nick here. Hold on. I could do a chat GPT here. This thing's been one of the greatest things of all time here. Here, watch this. Did Nick Sirianni compare Dontavian Wicks to Keenan Allen? Yes. Philadelphia head coach Nick Sirianni compared aspects of Dontavian Wicks
to
Keenan Allen, noting similarities in how they play off the line, move through routes, hands, route running.
All right, so there's dude, comping certain traits to a player is, come on, dude.
I agree.
I mean, I'll remind you of something you said when Jalen Carter got drafted. You compared him to Jerome Brown. I don't think that meant you were saying he's Jerome Brown.
Oh man, look at that. Yeah, I did say that.
Yeah.
So Dontavian Wicks has Keenan Allen traits, and that's why the Packers traded him.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Okay. All right. Now, Z.
The Packers traded him because they got like 42 receivers over there.
And they don't really have one. That guy from North Dakota State, what's his name? Christian
Watson? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that dude, I asked John this at the end of the show.
That guy start in Philly?
Who do you think is going to win Rookie of the Year this year? Offensive and defensive.
Give me a second.
My sleeper on offense is this: Jordan Tyson, the receiver who went to New Orleans with our good old friend Kellen Moore. Chris Olave can't play a full season anyway, so Tyson will have an opportunity.
Okay. My defensive player of the year is Caleb Downs.
Yep, I agree.
My offensive player of the year,
Where did David Bailey get drafted?
he went to didn't he go to Titans?
No, I think that Cornell Tate.
Oh, he went to the Jets.
See, I'd love to pick David Bailey, but at the Jets, it's hard to do.
What do you think of Jeremiah Love going to the Cardinals?
I love the player, but I don't like the Cardinals. I mean,
I'll tell you then. Okay, so the offensive coordinator in Tennessee is Brian Dable, right?
yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting.
So how about Lake? How about Lake winning how about him winning the Rookie of the Year award? Carnell Lake. He's going to get all the targets, no? Carnell Lake, that's going to be my pick for the Rookie of the Year because he's going to get all the targets. Brian Dable is going to scheme him up, and they're going to do everything to get the football in his hands like Malik Neighbors did his rookie year when he was in New York. So I'm going to go. I'll tell you what, dude, don't be shocked if that Delane kid for the Chiefs ends up being in the conversation for Defensive Rookie of the Year. That kid's a good football player.
Yeah. So LeBron James jerseys sold out today in less than an hour after being released on Fanatics in every single color. I'm telling you, dude, this is going to be an unreal year in the Philadelphia sports world. Underdog, buckle up. I might think Jalen Hurts might deliver an MVP campaign this year after this news, baby.
Oh my
the
God.
Bronsexuals and the Jalenites are taking over the city of brotherly love.
Oh my God, man. These protection. Hey, I got to tell you. So I tuned on the WIP. And man, I got to tell you one thing about Philadelphia. When they sprinkle the sprinkles on top of the ice cream, they fucking bite into it, man. We're going to win everything. There's no one going to beat us. This is fucking crazy. Give me 80 jerseys of LeBron James. I think it's great.
I do have a gut feeling that Jalen Hurts is a big year.
With Sean
I
Mannion?
do. I'm being 100% honest. I'm not kidding. I have a gut feeling that he has a good year. Now, I don't know exactly what that's going to look like because it's hard to tell how much different they're going to play. But I think, Jalen's been one of his best traits has been when everybody counts him out, he's been able to answer the bell or at least answer the call. Now, sometimes it's taken him longer than at other times, but I think he knows what's at stake, man. I think Jalen's going to have a big year this year. Now, I hope it's consistent all throughout, but I think Jalen could have a big year this year. I haven't given my season predictions yet.
Okay, well, I have a question about that. And I actually have a topic about that on what you just said. So, I was listening to you and John talk about this today. So, when you guys say you're going to, you're going to need this and this and this from the – what are you expecting, from Barkley this year? You think he's going to be over what? 1,200 yards? 1,300?
I think Barkley, I don't know that he has the type of year, obviously, like 24. I mean, that's almost impossible to replicate. But, I think, is there a chance it's less volume, but when he is getting the ball, they're more effective touches? Can he average 5 yards a carry and maybe he doesn't run the ball as much, I don't know. I think John is right about it's all about first down. If Saquon can run successfully on first down, the rest of the offense will perform at a much higher level throughout. Can Saquon do that? Can the Birds offensive line set him up to do that? Can Sean Mannion, Prince's favorite guy, do that? I don't know. I think he has to try. I mean, I think that's what it comes down to. But I told you what I'm predicting on him. I think it's right around 1250.
So 1250. Okay, so it's about 100 yards more than he did a year ago.
On the ground, yeah.
Okay.
Is that what he did a year ago? 1150?
Something like he got by 1,200 yards.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think 1250, and then maybe another couple hundred through the air.
Okay, so he's basically going to almost have the same type of season he had a year ago.
Yeah,
right?
But it's got to be more. It's got to be more. It's got to be more effective, on early downs.
Okay.
I'm murking a fly with my fly gun. This fucking fly is driving me crazy.
That's the same guy from yesterday?
No.
Oh.
I
So
just murked him though.
do you think Hurts is going to go for over 3,200 yards in 24?
Yeah, I think he goes for 3,400 to 3,600.
So 200 more yards.
I don't know. Could be even a little more.
Okay.
I didn't make my finals yet.
No. What I'm saying is I want to know where all this offense is coming from.
Well, I mean, even if you
because you and John are talking about, well, the team was so bad last year. And I'm like, okay, well, they're so bad. What's the numbers that you're looking at this year where you're getting this incredible, new offense from? Where were you getting it from?
well,
You're anticipating that the players are going to play better this year in a new system.
For sure when it comes to the offensive line of Barkley. And then when it comes to the passing game, you talk about every single day how awful they were. And you still have to make up for 1,100 yards for AJ. So
Okay.
where is that being divvied up? 300 to Smitty, 300 to Goddard, and 450, 500 between Lemon and Wicks.
Okay, so you're talking 1,300 yards you're looking at for Smitty coming up this year, right?
I think 1,300. Yep.
Okay. And so
800 for Goddard, 700 for Wicks, 700 for Lemon. And that's probably the rest are going to be peanuts. 200.
So Goddard's going to get 800 yards this coming year. Okay.
I'm hoping he does.
Yeah, because he's never done that in his career.
I know, but he's also never been as focal point in the offense as he is this year, probably.
That's true. It's true.
Yeah. I think he's going to be a big focal point. But, the question with him is will he stay healthy, obviously. But
it's a massive drop-off from 1 and 2 for the last 4 years and where you're going this year.
massive drop from what?
A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith to
and
whomever.
Look, you just said it a little bit ago. This is where Jalen has to elevate the players around him.
See, this has never happened before. That's never happened.
Everything. But no, you brought it up a little bit ago. Part of being that, Jalen's going to earn a $65 million contract next year if things go well this year. Part of earning that is showing that you can make up for those losses. You can raise the tide of the boat. You can elevate the new receiver. You can elevate Dontavian Wicks. If your only chance to perform at that high of a level is to have an elite player there at receiver, then I don't think he's answering the call enough. And you look at a guy like Josh Allen, you look at a guy like Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, you can't really say that for. He's always had top wideouts since he's been in the league. Herbert, I think, hasn't always had the best targets in the world. He's got to elevate him, and I think that's part of it. But I got a feeling that Jalen Hurts is a big year this year. I don't know how big. I'll let you know more when we get into camp a little bit, but it's put up or shut up time, dude. That's what it is for Jalen. So
yeah, but Jalen's never had a big year.
That's not true.
Okay, what year would you consider?
He was second in the MVP vote.
Okay, what? So you're here. Let's take a look at what a big year is then. Okay, let's take a look. I'm not.
I know, but it's the only way you deem a big year by what the numbers and the output are.
That's how you get contracts, bro.
All right, I know that, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having a big year in that the Eagles' offense performs at a high enough level where they can go to a Super Bowl.
Okay, so if, in your opinion, I'm not speaking for you, if Jalen Hurts throws for 3,700 yards and 22 touchdowns and 6. And let me go over here to his rushing, because that was part of it too that year, how great it was. 760 rushing and the 13 touchdowns. Here's his greatest year. 3701, 22 touchdown passes, 6 picks, 760 rushing, and 13 rushing touchdowns. You think he has a better year than that this year?
Well, I think he has going to have to run more this year, especially with the loss of A.J. Brown. But, I mean, if you assume that those numbers, I mean, if those rushing numbers are history, which they might be, that would be fair probably proclamation, then he's going to have to elevate it elsewhere, you know? And that to me doesn't necessarily mean he throws for X amount of yards, or like it's got to – the offense has to be consistent.
Well, how is he going to
elevate?
elevate?
Has to be reliable. The
How's he gonna
offense
elevate?
can't lead the league in 3 and outs, you know?
Okay. How is he going to elevate then if he can't make up for the 760? Say he has 400 yards rushing like he did a year ago, or 300 yards rushing.
I think he's got to be over 500 this year. It's got to.
So I agree with you 100%. I think his impact's in the run game, not the passing game, because I fear him more. Zander, in 22, did you fear him more on third down, taking off with his wheels, or throwing for it?
In 22, it was the wheels.
Or both.
It was kind of both, but it was the wheels more.
But
I mean, in that Super Bowl game, it was the freaking arm.
Yeah.
He threw that ball.
Yeah, but everybody was afraid. Would you not agree, since 22, everyone has lost their fear of his run game?
It's definitely diminished a lot, for sure. I mean, 22, it was like it was almost every game that it was just like, holy shit, Jalen makes a play with his legs that you almost can't even believe, you know?
See, here, this is his greatest year. 3701, 22 touchdowns, 6 picks. And I think his percentage was really good that year too. Let me see. That year that he had that. Yeah, that's the year he was a weapon. He was, man. He was really great.
I just saw somebody comment. The Sixers signed LeBron. Tony Romo gets arrested on a DUI.
What a Philly day.
And here's Sileo to pee in our Cheerios.
Wait a second. I'm asking you what a fucking good year is. What do you mean pee in it? I just got through telling you.
Dude, just embrace it, Sileo. You're not fooling anybody. You're peeing in our Cheerios and you love it.
I'm not peeing in anything here. I'm just look. I ask simple questions.
Are you trying to deny to me that you're not? You're saying you're not peeing in Philadelphia fans' Cheerios?
No, I asked you what you thought a great year was for him and what a great year would be, and you said he's
an effective offense, a strong offense. I don't like putting numbers on it because Jalen is really not that type of player. You know,
do you think the Eagles are going to put a number on that contract in February or in March?
You said it yourself. If they go to the NFC title game, that contract will be on the plate. It'll be right there on the table. Jalen, sign right here, my friend.
If he does 3701, 22 and 6 and 760 and 13, he will get that.
I agree.
Will that be good enough to win the NFC?
Well, there's a team game, so I think there's a lot more factors that have to go into it than just that. But, you know, my whole point about Jalen this year is that I don't believe they can survive anymore with the offense being the level of inept it reached last year. You can't lead the league in 3 and outs. You can't go halves of football without moving the ball. You can't be one of the worst passing games in football. I think those are the things they have to fix. If they can fix some of those things, then I don't know what the number will be. But I think they'll have a better offense, and that will lead to, you know, more success for the team.
2 more here. How much will AJ not being on the field with Devontae affect Devontae or not from being a true number 1?
It'll affect him, but Devontae's ready for that. I think Devontae's ready for that. I think he's every bit as talented as you need to be a wide receiver 1 in this league. It's fair to question the track record because he hasn't had to do it as much, but he also did do it his rookie year, and he did it pretty well. I mean, he had not.
So are you comparing him kind of to what went on with JSN last year when they got rid of DK?
I don't want to go there.
They got rid of. I'm not saying put up 1,800 receivers.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm saying when they got rid of DK,
Right. You
They
could have been like,
moved-
is JSN
They
ready for
moved
that?
JSN all over the field, and they had a what? They had a pretty Cooper Kupp, right? He was okay in that 2 role, right? So you're saying he's going to be something like that, right?
I think Devontae is every bit as good enough to handle the role. Now, I hope the team puts him in the right positions. To your point, the Seahawks really did a good job at accentuating the talents of JSN because, as good as he is, that's not a perfect player in terms of just run anything and he'll make the play. I mean, he's a smaller frame dude. There's ways to call an offense around that skill set. They have to do that for Devontae Smith, but I feel pretty good about Devontae Smith.
You're going to tell me if you like this bold prediction on your team this year.
I don't like that.
Alex Hunt is going to have more sacks than Jonathan Grenard.
That's a bold prediction. I don't like it, but I'm not mad at it.
Well, who's going to get the double teams? It ain't going to be Hunt.
No, it's not going to be Hunt.
Right?
If Jalen Carter's earning his contract, it won't be Grenard either.
Okay. Well,
right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, hear me out. Like if Grenard's getting double teams,
you're right.
Then that probably means Carter's not doing what we need him to do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Grenard there, but I appreciate the bold prediction.
Well, I mean, he led the team in interceptions and sacks last year, did he not?
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? No.
Think about that. He led the team in interceptions and sacks.
Man, you've been telling us all summer how awful it was to get rid of Jalen Phillips. Guy couldn't even out-sack Alex Hunt last year.
Oh, no. What you did was you went out and got yourself a comp player.
No, he didn't.
Oh, of course. He's better. I know.
Jalen Phillips has never, ever in the NFL put up a type of season like Jonathan Grenard has.
Who got paid more? Who got paid more?
He has never performed
Who got paid more? Who got a better
at the
deal?
level that Grenard has played.
Who got a better deal? Who got a better deal?
I'm using your own taste of your own medicine. He's
got a better deal?
never done that.
Who got a better deal?
One was in free agency. One got traded for.
Okay.
And also, Jonathan Grenard's 30 years old. I mean, come on.
Yeah. What's his name? 26?
25 or 26 or whatever he is. Yeah.
Oh. Listen,
First,
I want to back
his first deal though on the open.
I want to back up. I like Grenard. I do.
No, I'm not saying you're saying you don't like him, but
I do.
I'm just telling you. I don't. He's an upgrade over Jalen.
I think Vic may be able to use him, move him around more actually than Phillips. I could see him on multiple sides, dude. Like
don't
moving him.
Everybody.
What's that?
Don't be fooled, everybody.
Jalen
Phillips played his college ball at the University of Miami.
And he signed a 4-year, $30 million a year
Sileo
deal.
has a small list of players that he will not criticize. All of them happen to have played their ball at Miami.
There's only one guy that sits on top of that list, and that boy is Cooper DeJean. He is the only guy that is above criticism as far as I'm concerned.
LeBron to Philly means the Sixers are going to win the title. Jalen Hurts needs to deliver a massive freaking year this year for the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia is the center of the sports universe.
It is today. May beat its season too.
Philadelphia is the center of the sports universe.
Yeah. Hey, dude, make no mistake about it. Sixers are going to be on the front page.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see what the Eagles can do. That's why I said to you, don't sleep on Howie. Don't sleep on Howie. He doesn't like it.
I got it. He's going to make a deal.
I told you this earlier in the show.
What?
No, for
Max Crosby.
For Max Crosby.
Dude, let's get to the supers. We got Mike. Oh, my God. Mike North and LeBron coming to Philadelphia ought to be
Mike North can't be a Lebron guy. He's a Chicago guy.
He's a Michael Jordan guy.
I'm a Michael Jordan guy too, but I'm not going to sit here and act like LeBron James isn't a hell of a freaking basketball player. You know what I hate? I hate people who choose to live in delusion because they have another take. Like, it's pretty easy to say that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time, but also that LeBron James is one of the greatest players to ever hold a basketball. I mean, why do we, just because you like Michael, doesn't mean you have to say, well, LeBron stinks.
No, they do that every day in here on Allen and Hurts.
I agree. And I tell them they're stupid every day, don't I?
Yes.
Well, I'm being consistent. LeBron's a hell of a basketball player. One of, if not the, I don't think he is. I'm more of a, I think Mike, his resume is what it is. But LeBron is one of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game. I think that's almost undisputed at this point.
Okay, if I had to pick my starting 5 in NBA history, it would be Jabbar. It would be Duncan.
Wow.
At
All
one
right.
forward.
Yep.
And it would be LeBron at the other forward. My guard would be Magic and MJ.
That's a hell of a lineup. It's harder. It's always harder for me to play that game because I've always been more biased to my generation. Not because I think they're better, but because I have all the experience of seeing them play throughout their careers. So, I love Magic. I've watched all the documentaries on guys like that, but I didn't actually get to experience them in real time. So when I think guards, I think Steph Curry. I think even Kyrie Irving from a talent perspective. I think guys like that. So, but I'm not saying they're better. I'm just saying as a younger guy,
Yeah, no, I got it.
My top 5 is
No, it's
slanted.
a total generational thing. And
I'm not even saying that I think that my generation is better. It's just who I know. It's what I watch.
Because some of those guys were back in the day, like when guys like JJ Redick were saying that Bob Cousy was playing against Mike Nort's plumbers and all the plumbers from back in the 1960s. Okay. But for me, again, my starting 5 would be Magic, Michael Jordan, LeBron, Duncan would be my forwards, and my center would be Jabbar.
That's a pretty kick-ass 5 right there.
And by the way,
kick-ass 5.
Duncan's got 5 titles. LeBron's got 4. Jabbar's got 6. MJ's got 6. And Magic has got 5.
LeBron's about to get his 5th in the city of brotherly.
Oh, my God. Can you believe it? I wonder what Mike North.
Let's go, Sileo!
Yes, sir. Hey, we got any supers, man?
We got a couple. Just a few.
We're going to get to Mike North.
He says this, come on down, Knicks fans. We got something for your ass. Let's go, Pitt! Come on, baby. I can't believe that when our deal with Savvy Seats, we're getting 2 tickets to the Sixers game, each Sixers game, baby. I will be using them and giving them out to the people of JAKIB Nation. He says that, thank God, you're right, Cam. He says Daryl Morey getting shit canned saved the Sixers. I've been crapping on that guy for 5 years, and I really don't even like doing that. But holy crap, I was so.
He's never won shit.
Literally everywhere he went. I'll just trade for James Harden. Here's Cody. What do you guys think of Nick Wright's take today? Dallas wins division, Nick gets fired, and becomes the Bengals' new head coach. Sounds like a trash take. Wait a second. So the winningest coach in the NFC in the last 5 years, the guy who's been to 2 Super Bowls, the guy who's won the NFC East 3 times in the last 5 years, he's gonna be the one to get fired. But the shitty Dallas Cowboys, who stink. Are you kidding me, Cody? That's a Nick Wright take for you.
Nick coaches Joe Burrow. I'd like to see that.
Here's Kyle. Oh yeah, because then you'll really have to eat your words on Nick.
Well, because that would
he'll hang you out to dry.
Well, no, because at least he coached a quarterback that he knows what he's doing with.
Like a bag of dehydrated
it'd be like
fruit.
Phillip Rivers.
Like a bag of dehydrated fruit. Silly,
well,
dehydrated Big Sills. Get your bag over here.
Jalen Hurts is the blown up version of a modern day Bobby Douglas.
Here's Kyle. Let's say first game against Dallas, you throw Dallas Goedert the ball. Who's covering him? Downs? They have no linebacker that can cover him.
True.
Probably Downs will be sliding up. I think they're going to use him in a lot of that.
Yes.
Where they can slide him to that backer role a little bit.
Pseudo
backer.
Not very
We'll see. All right, Sills, good stuff. Looking forward to hearing.
Hey, congratulations, dude. I mean, I got to tell you, this guy has a chance to win his 4th NBA championship in a completely different city, and it would make the argument that he's in Michael Jordan's league. That he would be like,
I'm curious to hear Mike, because I think this is a good litmus test. Like I just said, to me, it's easy to acknowledge Michael Jordan as the greatest basketball player to ever play the game. In the same breath, it's very easy to acknowledge LeBron James as one of the greatest to ever hold the basketball. If you're unwilling to think that both of those things are true, or maybe you think LeBron's better than Mike, or whatever you
you're
think, I
Skip
don't know who it
Bayless,
is.
man. You're Skip
It's easy
Bayless.
for me to admit that both of them are unbelievable players.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with
Mike, don't fail the test. The Sileo IQ test.
no, I never said LeBron. I did.
No, I know you have. I know you have. You failed it on Nick Sirianni.
Who? Z, have a great weekend. Next week is football week, dog.
I know. I'm so done with your ass this week. I can't wait to get off the show.
Big Z, thank you for everything. I'll see you, man.
Later, dude.
Love you, bro. All right. Now we have a conversation coming. A man who covered Michael Jordan in every single game, every single legendary year, even in the first 7 when they were getting their asses waxed. And all of a sudden, they decided to do the right thing and listen to Jerry Reinsdorf. And then they started doing an even bigger thing by going to Jerry Krause. Krause ends up finding Scottie Pippen. He ends up getting Horace Grant. He ends up making a trade to go get Dennis Rodman. Put all those great players around Michael Jordan to win an NBA championship. And now LeBron is coming to Philadelphia to win another NBA championship in a 4th different city. Will it make the argument that he's the greatest player of all time? Without further ado, Mr. Chicago himself, our dear friend, Mike North joins us now. How are you doing, brother?
Well, I mean, I went to 4 different high schools. It didn't make me valedictorian of my class, all right? So I knocked that little, I know what you're doing there. It's your little game that you like to play with me because we got to know each other. But I will tell you this right now. It's, I think, a great deal for Philadelphia because they went down to like 9-1. I think they're going to go down even further to win the whole kit and caboodle. And that's an old saying that my great-great-grandfather once said. But I think that having him, but he's got to realize he's going to be the 3rd or 4th option. And if he can realize that, Danny, then it's fine. Because I love Maxey. Embiid is a fine player, but you can't count on him. They got some young talent on that team.
Edgecombe.
Okay. Yeah. And so is he going to give up? He's not going to be the number 1 or 2 guy.
But he's 41, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, he's 41. He's got to understand he's got to be more of a facilitator.
I think the money that was offered to him has helped him understand that. Because he didn't sign for a lot of money. Now he's coming out with, I did it for the love of the game. Well, you've been playing for 24 years for a lot of money. And, you know, the Jordan comparison, look, people are going to think he's ring chasing. That's his business. If that's what he wants to do, I give him credit for wanting to play. Can he take the step back? Can he be the facilitator that he's got to be?
Yeah, but Mike, wouldn't you rather have him as a ring chaser than a stat patter?
I agree with that. But he'll never be as good as some of the other guys who did it in so much less time. Not that LeBron is not a great player, but he just won't rank there. You can try to hunt down the ring, and if you get a ring, fine. The bubble championship was like I said earlier, was like me getting promoted to head usher at the movie theater. Okay? That's what that is. Okay? That's that kind of promotion. Means nothing. Yeah, I'm not on the screen. Okay? So I work at the theater, but I'm the usher. Okay? And that's what the bubble championship was. So he's got a way to go. But, I mean, I give him credit. He loves the game, and I know that. And what else would he be doing?
Well, here, Mike. I said this earlier, and Zander disagreed with me. I still don't think they're better than San Antonio and Oklahoma City.
In that other conference, though.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Like if they got to a finals now, with that being said, I still think that they may still be maybe the best starting 5 in the East. Would that be fair?
They're a Brunson injury away from being the best team in the East. If you're going to look at them in paper, okay. They're a Brunson. If he goes down, the Knicks are screwed, folks. I know the kid. I coached against them in high school. They're screwed if they lose him. He's an unbelievable player. He broke the stereotype. Dedicated with heart. You can't lose a player like that. That would be like the Bulls losing Jordan, in my opinion, and that's high praise from me. But I just think that he's going to the most realistic place where he can win. And that's his business. He wants to win. I think it's good for his brand if he does win, as long as he's got an active role, which he's going to have. Look, if the Bulls picked him up tomorrow, I'd say we got better.
Yeah.
That's that's just the way it is.
Mike, 20.6 boards and 7 assists. I mean, at 41,
Yeah.
is still going to be somebody that's
Yeah,
going to
play
contribute.
his 20, 25 minutes. I think he's got to have an understanding. There can be no. I know he has stared down teammates in the past. You got to get by that now, LeBron. You can't be staring down other guys just because of longevity. Because these guys, a lot of them, like, if you said to me Maxey for LeBron, I'd take Maxey tomorrow. That's just the way it is. I mean, because of age, because of skill set, and stuff like that. This is so good, isn't it? I set up some low bleachers here for my nephews and nieces.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. Where'd they go? Anyway, all I'm going to tell you is I think it's a great pickup for the 76ers.
Bob Myers is the guy who's orchestrated this. And here was the guy, Mike, that was responsible for the Golden State Warrior run of those 4 NBA championships. I mean, in a couple of months, look what he's done. He got rid of that George Paul contract. Somebody was crazy enough to pick it up, and they get Jalen Brown in, which is even crazy.
The love for Paul George astounds me. The love for Paul George baffles me. Like,
his best days were in Indianapolis, and when he got hurt, it was over.
It was over, and you know what? The Jalen Brown, I know they're going to get these picks, but how you can get rid of Jalen Brown? I'm sorry, Boston Celtics fans. Okay, Tatum's great. I don't like the trade. I didn't like the trade. I know they got extra pieces too, and they're building for the future. But Jalen Brown and Tatum proved they could win, especially in the East, which has had a weakened form like we just talked about between right now the two main players, the Knicks and the 76ers.
So you're
doesn't
not
matter what sport, right, Danny? I just told you.
No,
doesn't
listen,
matter what sport.
Mike. Here's the one thing about LeBron. You've never been a LeBron hater, though, right?
Well, I haven't been a LeBron lover. I've been more a hater. I don't like the racial hoax bull. I don't like some of the nonsense, the China stuff.
So off the court stuff.
I don't like his off court demeanor.
Okay.
I don't like. Look. I come from the house of Jordan. He don't say nothing to nobody. He just shows up and says hi to people. Has a tea. He has some maybe a nice glass of wine and moves on. And he's still the most powerful name in the NBA, in NBA history.
Okay,
and
well,
by the way, I have my all-time team. I told Will Chamberlain this. I said, Jordan, Magic, Bird, Wilt, and Jabbar. He told me we don't lose a game.
I forgot about Bird.
We don't lose a game.
I might have to put Bird over there instead of Duncan.
Oh my God! We don't lose a game. He said to me. I just looked at him. I go, why? He goes, name any one of the players.
Mike, do you think if he did win an NBA championship in Philadelphia, the GOAT conversation would be stronger for LeBron?
Yes,
because he does it in 4 different cities.
I don't know about that. Why? I mean, if I've been in 4 different prisons, that's not because I've been a model prison.
Well, I think it shows that he delivered everywhere he went.
Well, I think so. But first of all, the championship in L.A., Dan, get off it, okay? Your high school championship, Norton. I know you played on it, okay? Okay? I mean, come on. Are you kidding
So what?
me?
Are you saying that the one in Mickey Mouse there in Orlando, where they were all in one hotel there together?
Oh, my God.
That doesn't count?
There were doctors on duty 24 hours. And directions to the elevator for the others.
So he can't do anything, in your opinion, to put himself in that conversation to you, because you just
I know
you saw Jordan too much.
He's in my top 10. I seen him all since
He's in your top 10.
Yes.
Who would your top 10 NBA guys be?
I just named the first 5.
Okay, I got your top 5.
Jordan.
Okay.
But these are not necessarily.
Who's your second favorite player
of all time? Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
Yeah. Come on.
Third.
Boy, that's a toughie, but I'd have to go with. I'd probably go with Wilt.
Wilt?
Yeah.
4.
Magic.
Magic.
and then Jabbar 5.
And then Jabbar 5.
Then I'm gonna go. I'll tell you what, Shaq. I love
Wow.
Shaq.
Shaq at
He's a
6.
4-time God. I mean, Kobe. Oh, really? Oh, Kobe. How about Shaq? Shaq-a-dillish. I mean, how about the fact that Kobe played with Pau Gasol and Shaq in these championships? Jordan played with Luke Longley, Bill Wennington, and Bill Cartwright. And I told Bill Wennington once, Jordan's greatest feat was playing with 21 feet combined of useless centers. I mean, that's what he played with, and he won with them.
So 7. Would you put Oscar in there?
Boy, I love Oscar Robertson, but I wouldn't put Weston or Robertson. I just think I see that game as their game was not conducive to today's game.
How about Steph Curry?
I put Steph Curry.
Curry.
Put Steph Curry right there. I'm putting the Joker up there now. Okay, he should have.
Joker.
He's got to be up there. I mean, by the time he's done. If he doesn't, what's the matter with the COVID? What do you got over there?
No. I get something. I'm getting older. I don't know.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. I don't know, Mike.
All
It's all good.
All right, good.
So here, MJ, Larry Bird, Wilt, Magic Johnson, Jabbar, Shaq, Steph Curry,
the Joker.
You
know who I loved? Kevin McHale. I loved him, and then I got LeBron. I think as 10.
LeBron near at 10.
Yeah, those are my 10. I got to put LeBron in, man. But you know what? The jumping around to me has been not good for him in a lot of cases because he made promises he did not keep, like in Miami.
Do you agree, though, Mike, that one of the things and contributions that he brought to sports, the reason Brady left New England and was able to go to Tampa, Kevin Durant moving around. I mean, doesn't he hold organizations accountable for building championship teams? If you're not going to build a championship team, Mike, why should a player stay? Like, say, Dominique Wilkins in Atlanta. Why should Dominique Wilkins stay in Atlanta if the organization doesn't want to build a championship around you and they just don't really care about winning?
I agree.
Why should he stay there?
But see, you're talking about a guy that's 41. Who the organization told him, we can win the championship, but you aren't the one that's going to help us win it. Now, you know how it goes, Danny, in any kind of business, ups and downs and all around. Look, I at one time was a protected species. Okay? I was protected. I brought the numbers in. Okay? I played stadiums. You played stadiums. Anybody that hit the top. But there's now going to be times that you play theater in the round. One day you're Bob Crane on Hogan's Heroes. The next day you're doing Oklahoma in Tulsa with a Bob Crane. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
You hit the gamut. LeBron is now coming on teams just like Bob McAdoo did, Karl Malone did at the end, trying to latch on to something that they didn't get. But LeBron wants more rings, where these guys were hunting for one ring. So there's a lot of that goes on. There really is.
I'm curious again here.
I love when you get curious.
I think it's been. Were you shocked that he picked Philly?
I didn't have an opinion. I really didn't. I didn't get wrapped up in it like some people. I heard the betting services were completely wrong. They're listening to, I have my family. I heard Jordan, when he retired from the Bulls, say he wanted to spend more time with his family. And then 2 weeks later, he's going, I got a new baseball bat. You know what I mean? I'm going to go play Little League. He went to the minor league. So I'm happy for him, though. At least he's telling everybody, I want more rings. And I think I can help this team get that. And I think I can show, because he's a good facilitator. So he could, with today's game, he can get 7-8 assists a game easy. Easy.
I think
they got better. They got better with them. That's all I'm going to say.
I think he's going to have to compromise scoring. And You
But
remember
he can do a little bit of everything, and he still can make some shots, and he can still. Defense is the problem, and injury. We have not mentioned injury. To him, he'll pull up somehow in some games, and then Embiid is just like you're just praying to God. I mean, the guy runs. Remember Cuckoo's Nest? One flew over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I do.
Remember the Chief?
Yep.
Okay. That's Embiid running down the court. I mean, he just is so uncomfortable, man, watching him. He doesn't bend his knees. I mean, he's so clumsy and stuff. So that's a team with older guys with questionable bodies at this point in their career.
Mike, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about what's going on at ESPN with all these firings and all, and how the changing of that industry and how the changing of that business. I mean, you're getting rid of people now that, they talk about a woke company, and now all of a sudden they're going the other way here because they also have the Super Bowl coming up. This coming year, they're going to be broadcasting.
I don't know if
What's
they're
your
going
takeaway on it?
I don't know if they're going the other way. I think they're trying to get more towards the middle. I know Carl Ravitch is gone, but Ryan Clark and I know Cam Newton, those guys were contributors. I don't, and I don't think, I made big money at the time I was making it. I mean, that was the way I was just cock of the walk at one time, and I know what it's like, and I know the pressures to try to bring in ratings, but I don't think anybody's worth that kind of money to any organization where you're losing quality people. But that's become the business, and the people that usually last are the managers of anything. You can have four maitre d's. The manager, the same manager, is still there, and he hired all four of them, and he's blaming them. So I think talent isn't as good as it used to be. That's just the way I feel. I don't think it's as accountable. I saw guys take the fall because of high salaries. I think there's got to be a happy medium. I want people to make as much as they want, but not where. I mean, I used to take care of my producers and everything. I took them on trips. You can ask people that know. I gave them money. I took care of them, man.
John Mamola told me.
Huh?
John Mamola told me.
Yeah, I took care of all my guys, man. I don't care who. Jesse Rogers. Jesse, I always took care of him. The people that I really, that were working with to help make me that much money, more money than I ever thought in my life, I was going to share. So,
hey, Mike,
I rented jets and everything, man. So,
Mike, I've got to read you this LeBron statement.
Am I going to weep?
I thought I was done when the season ended. I wasn't ready to announce it. I knew I needed some time to really decide, but I was pretty sure I played my last game. This is my last decision. I'm not going for the money. I'm not going for family. What I am really played for at this point, I still want to sacrifice. I still want to work. I still want to grind. I still want to compete to win and to have a chance of that feeling of winning another championship. I believe I can help make the Philadelphia 76ers a championship team. And I am so excited to energize a new fan base and to start this incredible journey one last time. Thank you, LA, Miami. I'll forever love, and the Northeast Ohio will always be home. LBJ. What's up, Mike? Mike, are you saying this full of shit, Mike? Is that what you're saying?
Look, I wish him nothing but the best. I do know this.
Mike, I don't feel you mean that.
I know, I do. But look, I don't know who's going to win the East, but they're a favorite. I can't play with my heart here. Look, I thought LeBron was a waste of time in L.A., but I'm not going to say that in Philly, okay? But is there a personality strong enough to stand up to him? Is Embiid and him going to knock heads? Because Embiid and Harden knocked heads. So is that going to happen? With LeBron comes drama. You know that, Dan. So That's why I love sports. You don't know. Everything looks for sure until you get on the field, and then you got to play. You know, and that's why I love the underdog. I mean, I keep hearing that
Mike,
Mike
could this be a grand slam or an ultimate dud?
Grand Slam.
Okay.
I think a Grand Slam. That's what the fair people will say. If you don't like LeBron, you're going to probably be jealous. But he's playing for $8 million.
I think it's a grand slam too.
It's a come down for him as far
Yeah.
as salary. But he's got millions. He's not sacrificing anything. He's invested well. You know what? I don't have to work. I do a lot of my stuff. I mean, I get paid at ESPN for my work there, but I go on shows because I love it. I love it. And you know what? It promotes me and it promotes the people I'm with. And you know, they always talk about, oh, the White Sox and the Cubs. Oh, Mike's polarizing, or he's this or that. How about all the times I talk good about you? They never hear when a talk show host talks good about them. It's only if Dan says something like, oh, you know what, they took a dump last night. Or what does it mean? He could be saying every night they're looking good until they have. Am I right or wrong?
No, you're totally right.
Come on. I mean, I hear people at meetings now, and I never had a meeting. We didn't meet at the corner, and before we met, call each other and tell us what we were going to talk about when we got to the corner.
Mike, what's going on with your Cubs and your center fielder?
It's the best. I love him, and I've touted him, just like I tout Jalen Hurts, one of the great quarterbacks in America, Danny. And he's down to 35-1 now, and Ohtani is such a phony now, but thank God he's on America's team. They met the president. The Dodgers are a button-down organization. I watched them against the Yankees this past weekend, and I'm watching this guy Cabrera or something last night with the Yankees, and he does this, he wants timeout when the pitcher's ready to throw, and he would have gotten drilled in the old days. Okay, now they just toss him. But here's another thing that bothers me about Boone compared to the Dodgers. The manager sets the tone on a baseball team. What is the guy? I'm watching the team of Lou Gehrig, Derek Jeter, Babe Ruth, Phil Rizzuto, Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, and I'm watching this clown because the Steinbrenner boys took away the most beautiful rule in sports that only the Yankees own. They said, let's be like everybody else and allow beards so you can look like a slob, okay, and long hair. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing a guy last night with yellow padding on a New York Yankee uniform. So they're all hell in the handbasket. So I'm watching the Yankees in the same series, and I want everybody to check it out. And you're going to go, brag to your friends, but you don't have to use my name. The Dodgers, none of that. Blue padding. Perfect. Uniforms buttoned all the way up. No
Dave Robert.
Everything, great trousers, everything set, everything tucked in right. They are America's team as far as baseball goes now, not the New York Yankees anymore. And that's partly because they took away a rule. See, I think it's okay to have one team that has a Randy Johnson got a haircut when he went to the Yankees. He ended up being a stud. So did Schilling. These guys all got haircuts. So why does everybody got to be the same? That's all I want to know.
If you remember, Steinbrenner only changed the rule a little bit when Reggie got there. Dick Tidrow, Thurman Munson, and Reggie had mustaches. You couldn't have any other facial hair.
You had to have a trim, too, to a certain point.
Yes.
So this is all.
Actually, used to be a rule.
I'm watching this clown last night. And you know what? Somebody must have talked to Chisholm, because, folks, I watch baseball. You think I got this because by accident? You think I'm on this show because I don't know anything? I'm talking to you specifically. So now Chisholm wears the white padding. But before that, the guy had lime green on with a Yankee uniform. I'm sorry. there's some things I will not stand for in uniformity. Maybe it's because I coached basketball for 6 years in high school, and I always knew the selfish guys had the different colored gym shoes. Always knew it. Always. We had one guy on our teams that did it one time. That's it.
Mike, I
I could have
got
been a
one
drill
last one.
sergeant if I had been more responsible.
Mike, I got one last one here for you. You tell me.
You go all night long. Lionel Richie sang that.
You know what? I'm going to go back to LeBron one time here.
Go ahead. You're trying
Do
to
you
bait
think-
me.
How
You're
much?
thinking.
How much do you think he's going to be able to handle the Philadelphia market? You know, he's been in LA, which is a soft ass media and a soft ass fan base. Cleveland loves him because he's from there. Miami's is a transient city, so we're not talking about like Chicago, Boston, Philadelphia. This is a different world he's going to. He's never performed, Mike, in cities like this. Cleveland, you weren't expecting anything from. We used to call the Cleveland Cavaliers. What do we call them? The Cadavers? We used to call them the Cleveland Cadavers. He's going to
But
Philly
when they
now.
played, they were a great team, but Jordan ruined their life. So that's just the way that is.
Okay, so now he's in a city like Philly. Will he be able to handle that?
One of my favorite ways of really deciding whether an athlete has still got it or not is whether he, and it's my favorite word, lopes back on defense. Lopes. So in other words, if he doesn't run hard back, and LeBron James will have those nights where he gets frustrated, pretends he got knocked down. I mean, I guarantee you Philadelphia fans probably didn't even like LeBron James until they found out today that he's been signed. That's how it goes, because I'll give you the perfect example. People go, well, come on, Mike. Well, I don't know if they really say that, but right. I never liked Dennis Rodman. Then he became one of my best friends when he played for the Bulls, and I loved I put Jordan, Rodman, and then Pippen. I don't go Pippen and then Rodman. Jordan, when Pippen got hurt, Jordan said, I need you, and Dennis goes, okay. So he'd be out doing 20 shots, and then the next day he shows up and he's pulling down 18 rebounds and 20 points. So I think that it's going to be interesting. It really is. It's good for the NBA, but he is a carpetbagger. He's a vagabond, as you know. Dan. I mean, come on.
Wait. Mike, I got to take a picture for you. Hold on here. I got to take a picture here, and I want to send it to you. I'm going to show it to you right
I don't
here.
need your little baiting me. You're trying to bait me today.
Hold on. I'm not trying to bait you.
I'm just asking. I'm just saying over here.
Hold on here, Mike.
I like your shirt.
So here's Tony Romo. He got
The
pulled
pride
over
and joy
from
I
DUI.
saw. Listen, you know I got to be ready for you. You know I'm going to throw you.
Look at that! Look at that smug here. He gets arrested for DUI. Look at it.
That was James Caan on a 2-night bender at the Playboy Mansion. Okay? Back in the day. Tony Romo, the pride and joy of Eastern Illinois. My good friend Doug Buffone once told me, there's a guy coming out of Eastern Illinois, little buddy, that's unbelievable. His name's Tony Romo. Never reached his potential, but there's no doubt he's having a great time in his older years, I might add. He's not a young kid anymore. I quit at 54, Tony, so I still think you got time. You know, it's been 20 years for me now. I can't believe the consumption of alcohol I once drank. I just think about it. I start to, the head gets dizzy, but that's just the way it is. But how old is he, Danny?
I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he's 50, 53. Look at that.
Yeah, first of all, you're Tony Romo. Okay?
Who?
Yeah.
Not
It's
me.
annihilated. Well, wait, let's not pretend we haven't been to La La Land. Okay?
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I mean,
Listen, I had 2 DUIs and got away 1,000 other times. That's the way I look at it. So who's in charge?
hey Mike,
It
when
wasn't a good thing, but that's
Mike,
the way
I
it is.
got so
I beat
drunk.
him.
Mike, I got so drunk one time. I woke up in Nassau. I had no pants on, my shoes, and a shirt and a hat, and I had no idea how I got there. So I mean,
Must have been fun at the airport.
Hey, I don't know how that all happened, but because Nassau's that trip from Miami to Nassau is like 35 minutes. It's a little air hop to go over. I don't even remember getting on an airplane. So when you say I've been there before,
Oh my
Mike, I
God.
woke up. I didn't know where the hell I was. I was in a different country. I had no pants on. I had my shoes on. I had like a big old fedora hat on. I didn't know where the hell I was.
Listen,
I had no ID.
Look, when you have a DUI, I had a contest. Send me your DUI pictures if you have any. We were judging people. Back then you could do that.
Mike, I can't believe you're not more excited about LeBron like getting a chance to go after and
I think
Michael
you're
Jordan.
disappointed. I think you're disappointed because we usually have a little bit of a difference of opinion. But
yeah,
this guy-
because I think I'm shocked that you're like all on LeBron and him coming to Philadelphia. You think it's a good move? I do too, though. I do too.
Yeah, so why are you shocked? If here we go again. I mean,
Well,
you got me going in
you know
circles.
what?
Remember that song?
You know what? I should have expected you to be like thinking that he was.
If you told me I'm coaching a team and we got LeBron James and I've got the team that's pretty stacked, especially with the young guys who aren't household names yet, folks, all I'm telling you is they're core of guys. If you're going to start with Embiid, Maxey, LeBron, I mean, you're talking about some studs and other good players on that team. So, I mean, you got to like what they're doing because he looked at the East. He said, I can't go to the West. I'll never win anything. I'll never win anything over there. So he wants to go and take the easy route, which he's done a lot of times. He's played, somebody said today that he's played with 75 All-Stars in his career. Think about it. Well, yeah. He played 24 years. Every year there's All-Stars.
Okay.
Now, Cleveland, Dwayne Wade, Bosh, how many All-Stars appearances did they make? You know what I mean? I think combined they meant,
Kyrie Irving?
I think Cleveland was his swan, was his beautiful. If he would have walked out after winning in Cleveland, that would have been as impressive as anything. Because,
it was a 3-1 comeback against that 71 team.
And they never win Cleveland in anything.
Yeah,
he broke the drought of all their sports.
Yep.
They couldn't get out of their own way, folks.
The last team to win was Jim Brown's Browns team.
Let me tell you something. I get the chills. I used to get Frank Ryan, the quarterback, Dr. Frank Ryan, Jimmy Brown, Dick Shafrath, Jeannie Hickerson, Mike Babb, Paul Warfield.
Groza.
I got the chills. Are you kidding? In football cards?
Groza.
Oh, Lou Groza, the toe. When I was a kid, I knew every player on every team in the 60s because those guys were gods to me. These guys here are prima donnas, most of them. They don't even know. I saw Kansas City's new dome. Oh, you're moving from Arrowhead to that?
Well, Mike, you're going to be moving to Hammond, Indiana.
I know. Don't listen. I'm trying not to mention. It's like me moving. Wait. I always give the argument. Look, you could be moving to a nicer. Look, it'd be like me going to Hammond's like me going back to where I grew up. Okay, a nice area, but I mean, come on. But Arrowhead. Now, the Bears started in 1920, so it's a little different than the Dallas Texans. Then they became the Chiefs in 1960. I get it. Okay, so they're later on, but still, they've had 155 straight sellouts at that place at one time, and the people they just get up and move. And I looked at the antiseptic. It's nice. Okay, it's a dome. So the records are ruined. You can no longer compare eras because you're going to be playing indoors all the time now. I really feel bad. It's an outdoor game. That's what it was designed for. And you had to make a decision in the old days. Do I want to play in a dome or do I want to play outdoors?
Yeah, but Mike, the NFL owners have changed that because they're in the stadium business.
I know.
You're not playing outside. If every owner would want a dome,
I know.
every owner would want a dome because then you get all your events.
It's a shame.
Mike, I'll tell you what. Oh, by the way, last one here for you, man.
I love when you do that.
Cubs or White Sox, who goes further in the playoffs this year?
Well, first of all, I can't believe we're talking about both teams will make the playoffs, number one.
I
because
can't
we
believe
don't
that
know
either.
But here's the deal. The White Sox right now have 1.5. Folks, of course I do my homework. Mind your business. So, a game and a half lead. If they don't win the division, the wild card is tougher in the American League. The Cubs have it easier with the wild card. They have a 4.5 game
And
lead.
they're leading right now, the wild
Yeah,
card.
and they have no shot, I don't believe now. Maybe I won't give up of them catching Milwaukee. Milwaukee's just too good right now.
Seven back.
Yeah, so it's pretty tough for them to do that. So the White Sox got to win their division, in my opinion. And the Cubs, they're going to get a wild card, but they got to keep winning because you could say we've seen leads evaporate. This ain't like the NFL season. If you start out 0-4, you're screwed. You can lose 4 games and then you got 158 left. You know what I mean? And then all's forgotten. And look at the Boston Red Sox, ladies and gentlemen. All right, look at that.
Dude, the Red Sox. Here's something amazing about the Red Sox. The Red Sox are now above 500. And prior to last week, the last time that they were 500 was game 2. They've been on a heater, dude. They're 9-1 right now over the last 10.
Yeah, and I bet them last Friday. Late on, I still stayed with them for a while. I lost the other night when I bet them against Baltimore, but they've been on fire. And I mean, that's a wide open. The American League is wide open, and the Sox are not a for sure. You got Cleveland, but they lost for Ramirez for a while. You got Minnesota. Not as impressed with Minnesota. Detroit could get hot. The White Sox could get cold. They haven't really had a big slump. They're really playing decent. The difference, folks, between the White Sox and the Cubs, for instance, is the Cubs are the guys that are well known, that make the big money, that are the key free agents, and have more pressure on them. The White Sox are the guys that want to be the Cubs, well known. 6 to 7 years of service, want to be able to go to another team someday and make millions. And they both have different philosophies on getting to where they're at. The big money vet team or the guys that want to make a name for themselves, they're all on the same page.
I've always been a White Sox fan.
Yeah. Well, they look good this year. And Getz has done a tremendous job. I give him full credit. The GM of the White Sox.
I'm a fan of the Southsiders. I like the Southsiders.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. I mean, they to me are the surprise of the year. And if they get into the playoffs, let's say they get into, they're as big a surprise as the Bears were.
Oh yeah.
Big time. Because this is a team that lost 100 games 3 years in a row.
Yep.
And all of a sudden they're over 100 this year with 66. They are playing precision baseball. And they had 3 All-Stars. Nobody called that.
No, I'm floored where they are.
Yeah.
Mike, next week, my friend, I look
will.
forward to our chat each and every single week.
I appreciate you, Dan.
I love you very much, Mike. Thanks
I
for
love you
doing
too.
this and coming back.
All
We'll
right.
see you next week, Mike. Thank you so much.
All right, Bill. Bye-bye.
You got it. That is our friend Mike North. Absolutely. I was really glad to hear Mike say that about LeBron. I was really glad to hear him say that about LeBron James. Because you know why? Again, I'm not the biggest LeBron fan. However, I recognize greatness. I totally recognize greatness. And he is. Now, I don't have him that far down my list. Like if I were to put my top 10, and by the way, I'll probably take Duncan off my 5 and put Bird in there. So Bird and LeBron would be my forwards. Jabbar would be my center, and my backcourt would be Magic and Michael. You're not beating me with that team. You're not beating me. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson are my guards. Magic and MJ. My forwards are LeBron and Bird, and my center's Jabbar. There's not a chance in hell you're beating me. You could not put a team together to beat that team. You're just not. Okay? Bro, I got a feeling that was not me. That was Mike having the volume up so people in the room could hear the segment. Yeah, because LeBron driving through Canton should be a TV special. Yeah, dude, I think that thing that he said, I kind of believe him. He's chasing a championship. I don't believe he's chasing numbers now. He could have gone anywhere. He could have went back to Cleveland, and he could have chased numbers. So I think he's chasing another championship. All I need is Duncan or KG at power forward to cook your 5. Never happened. You're cooking Larry Bird and LeBron and Jabbar and Magic and Michael. You're cooking. Okay. Your PF is weak, Sills. My power forward, LeBron and Larry Bird, are weak. Damn, Sills, what a dream team you got there. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, my guards. My forwards are LeBron and Bird. And my center is Jabbar, the greatest shot of all time. Yeah, okay. Howard chasing a championship on the Sixers. Dude, I think that 5, like I said, I don't think there's a better starting 5 in the Eastern Conference right now. Maxey, Edgecombe, Jalen Brown, LeBron, and Embiid. Now, you don't trust Embiid to play north of 45 games. LeBron's going to play a ton of basketball games because that's what he does. Maxey and Edgecombe are going to play a boatload of games, and so is Brown. I mean, you're going to have a shitload of games. JG Cook and LeBron, like, stop it. Oh, you mean like he did in the finals, right? When he ended up coming back 3-1. Hey, dude. Duncan's better than LeBron? No, he's not. Duncan played on a better basketball team than LeBron. Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, David Robinson, Tim Duncan. Plus you had Greg Popovich. Dude, the organization is still good. They just went to the finals. I've always compared the San Antonio Spurs to the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots are the best run football organization since Bob Kraft has run. Nobody has a better football organization. 33% of the Super Bowls go through New England since Robert Kraft has owned the team. 33% of all Super Bowls since Robert Kraft has owned the team goes through New England. That's incredible. 33% of them. They've been to 11. It's the best run organization in football. Okay? And like I said, we're talking 25 years. Now, you could talk 9 years. I'm talking 25. Excuse me. I'm talking 35 years. 9 years versus 35, and you're still not better. Dude, the Patriots are the best run franchise in the NFL. And now they've done it again. They just went back with a different group. As a matter of fact, let me see this. Here. When did Kraft buy the team? Kraft buy the Patriots. I think it was 94. By the Patriots. 94. Okay. January 22nd. He took full control of the Patriots, which is incredible when you think about it. Okay. Super Bowl list. And I love looking at this. Shows you consistency. So since 94, okay, so he went to this, he won the Super Bowl. He went to the Super Bowl in 97. They went to the Super Bowl again in 2002. They went to the Super Bowl 2004 and 5. 2004 and 5. They went to the Super Bowl in 2008. They went to the Super Bowl in 2012. They went to the Super Bowl in 2015. They went to the Super Bowl in 2018. They went to the Super Bowl in 2019. In 2019. And they went to the Super Bowl in 2026. So since he's owned the team, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's been to the Super Bowl 10 times since 1994. 10 times since he bought the team. And since their first time showing up in the Super Bowl, 97, since 1997, they've been to the Super Bowl 10 times. How many years is that? That they've been to the Super Bowl 10 times since 97. Trying to talk to me about what? 1997. That's 30 years. In 30 years, they've been to 10 Super Bowls. That's incredible. That's an incredible run on what they've done. So I'm really trying to understand the hate for LeBron. The man has been great on and off the court. I'm not a fan of his bullshit off the court and all of his drama, but on the court and all the things. And by the way, I've said this before about LeBron. If you were going to teach a class on how you become a self-made millionaire, okay, and how you become a guy who goes from nothing and builds himself a brand like that, it's never been in trouble. LeBron James is your guy. If you want to teach a course on how to do it at Villanova, then you use LeBron James as an example. Guy's been phenomenal. And by the way, Jordan's name will always be bigger because of the Nike brand. And, of course, when facts get in the way, fuck the facts. Right, Reyes? 30 years, they've been there 10 times. So basically every other year, the Patriots are in the Super Bowl. Is that right? Every other year. You're basically, you're like, they've every other year. Think about that. When Tom Brady was there, and now over the last 20 years, every other year the Patriots have been in the Super Bowl. I mean, and for the record, the reason why I say the Patriots, okay, Tom Brady was a factor, not the organization. What happened last year? And what happened with Bledsoe the first year when they went? They went with 3 different quarterbacks. They just won the AFC. They haven't done shit since. They just won 14 games and won the AFC. And took AJ. What do you mean? So the Patriots just won 14 ball games, won the AFC, and they've done shit since. Yeah, okay. Bro, you're fucking dumb as a rock. I never understood the Brady hate. He's your Rocky story, not some superstar college player made himself great. Well, what happens is when a team starts winning so much, people start hating on it. Two things can be true. Pats did their thing without Brady and vice versa. Sure. Get this, though. So they found the guy, Brady, did they not? Hey, that's like saying you knew when you – hold on. This is a great comp. Did you know Jalen Hurts was going to be this quarterback when you drafted him? After you gave Carson Wentz the richest deal in football? You gave Carson Wentz the richest deal in football. Then the next year you drafted Hurts. Here, let me double check that. When did you give Carson Wentz the richest deal? When did Wentz sign that deal? When did Wentz sign huge deal with Eagles? So in 2019, you signed Carson Wentz to a $128 million 4-year contract extension of up to $144 million with max incentives. And 107.9 in total guarantees. And then the following year, you drafted Jalen Hurts. You thought Jalen Hurts was going to be the quarterback that he is now? Did you? When you drafted him? Let me guess, Reyes, you thought he was going to be the guy he was when you took him in the second round after you just gave a guy $100 million in guaranteed money. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I bet everyone thought that. Hey, I bet Jalen's a great. We knew all the time that Jalen was going to be that guy that had that resume. This shit is too serious now for them. The guy who has won more than Jalen in the last 5 years. What does that have to do with anything I just said? Nah, not because Hurts the player, but after giving Wentz all the money, why would we take a quarterback in a second? They seen something we didn't in Wentz. You just gave the guy $100 million in guarantees. And you realized it after 1 year? He's not the guy? Bro, you never thought Jalen Hurts was going to be that guy. Holy shit. You talk like Jalen's a bum. No, I don't. I said he's a good player. Unless your own career was... Shut the fuck up with that. Yeah, so you gave a guy that was mentally weak $109 million in guarantees. Okay. Well, is that a Howie mistake? And a Jeffrey Lurie mistake? Oh, no. You're damn right I got receipts. Oh, you flip-flopped on Carson Wentz. You're damn right. Talk about flip-flopping. So, say if Hurts gets a season injury, do the Eagles call the 49ers as opposed to getting in a bidding war following season? Dude, if you called the 49ers mid-season, if Hurts got hurt for Mac Jones, you'd have to give him a first-round draft choice. So here, look at this. You want to see somebody try to change history? You think they've seen a regression in Wentz taking a quarterback in the second is a premium pick? Dude, it's not the fact that you gave the guy a state-of-the-art contract. Jalen Hurts was drafted as a seatbelt, not to take his job. You just gave him $100 million and 32 annually. My God. These are all fucking lies. This is a lie. I'm not even going to read it. Those are lies. These clowns wishing injuries. Yeah, no way. Bro, I do not want that guy hurt. I'm not wishing for any kind of shit like that. Okay? No way. Game's tough enough. We can cover a game without wishing anybody getting hurt. Yeah, once again, keep your mouth shut when you're talking. Eat a dick. Let's see here. Seals, hell yeah. Keep them receipts. We're going to burn. Hey, all I'll say to you is, James, Eagle fans have that first game. They got that first game checked off already. They got that first game checked off. I can't wait. Okay? Because one thing they did well last year, what's the one thing that the Commanders did well? Let me see this, double check. What's the one thing they did well? What was the Commanders? What did they do? The Commanders were fourth in rushing. Hey, James, the Commanders were fourth in rushing, and the Eagles can't stop the run. Remember I said that. Okay? They can't stop the run. And the Commanders were fourth in rushing. Run the ball. If you're going to beat Philly in that opener, you got to run the football. Philly can't handle the run. They were 22nd in run defense last year. Run the ball. Every single loss a year ago was from a team that outrushed them and ran the ball down their throat. See here. Nobody's wishing injuries. But who is Hurts' backup? Andy Dalton is not going to make the team. He's not. Hurts got drafted by a great organization who built a team around him. Built a team around him. What's wrong with that? He took advantage of his opportunity, same way Tom Brady did. No, my question was this. I'm not saying that the draft pick wasn't a good pick, Dodd. I'm saying Eagle fans think they drafted him to take Carson Wentz's position, which wasn't true. Nobody's wishing injuries. Yes, sir, Sills. Pound the rock. Pound that rock, dude. Let me see something what they did a year ago, Washington, against Philly. Now, let's go down here. And let's go to Philadelphia here. Hold on. And let's go to both those games. Go to the Commanders game. What did Commanders do last year? So Washington, the second game was kind of a throwaway game. The 29-18 game, I remember Philly pulling away later in that game in the fourth. Philly ran the ball great in that game. They ran it for 207 and for 90. Washington in the second game, they rested everybody, so I'm not going to look at that. But Washington ran the ball. Another name, LJ? Jesus Christ, this guy's a real stalker. Dude is a stalker, man. Another one, LJ? Really? Not another one. Guy's 6 years old. Right, Sue? Not another one. This guy's had more name changes than anybody I've ever seen. Jesus criminy, guy. What a douchebag. How many names are you going to go through? Ain't no Sixer fan. Yeah, you want to make sure she doesn't misspell it, right? Hey, it's Sue. It's so pathetic. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I mean, it's now become like he's really stalking me now. This guy is without a doubt. Me and Big Joe offered to have him come on the program. And it's like Sybil. I know, man. Who is this guy? I know he's been like stalking the show and turning us into like YouTube and all this other shit for the last 3 years. We offered him to come on the program, but he's changed his name so many times. Look at this guy. Bro, seriously, give it a break. You use the same verbiage. Get the hell out of here, man. Get a life. Something wrong with that guy. He's got an illness. It's like I'm a chick to him. Jesus criminy, guy. There's something wrong with that dude. Really, you have an illness, guy. Hey, Dan, we're winning the championship this year. All about the U, baby. Miami, Ohio State in the national championship game. Miami beats Ohio State and gets redemption. Let's see here. Sills, I think he likes you. I'm taken. Hey, I'm sorry. But dude, I'm taken. I've been with my wife for a while. Okay? So, hey, I'm taken. Sills is dumb, but he's not dumb enough to figure out who LJ is every time. Guy's a loser, man. He only says all the same shit like him if you disagree and everything. Oh, this guy's ridiculous. Even Sue's laughing. Dude, really? I mean, Sue, we appreciate you being here every day. I think you're a great sports talk chick. Along with you and Kim. I love it. But that guy's got mental illness issues, man. Now, seriously. Like, hey, Sue, what do you think he does over weekends when we're not on? He must, like, go through, like, alcoholic, like he must, like, freeze out in his bed and shit. And, like, just, like, start shaking because, Sileo's not on. And I can't, like, post a billion different things. Apparently, LeBron talked with Nick Nurse 3 weeks ago, and he was the only coach he talked to. LeBron knew where he was going the whole time. Holy attention seeker. So what? I don't care about that. If LeBron James wants attention, Cristiano Ronaldo wants attention. He wants attention. All right. Our friends at Morgan & Morgan, the number one injury law firm in all of America for a reason, folks. It's because they win. With over $30 billion recovered, Morgan & Morgan is the number one injury law firm in the country. If you've ever been injured on the job, please do me a favor and go to our friends at Morgan & Morgan. John and Ultima Morgan have put this company together. Folks, I tell you this all the time because John's brother got injured on the job, and it's been a crusade. Go to forthepeople.com/big sales or pound law 529. That's forthepeople.com or pound law 529 to do me a favor. You tell them Big Sale sent you.
There's a reason Detective Johnson is the gossip king.
Oh, did you hear? Jackie and Tom
are getting a divorce. Sad.
Well, I heard that Ashley
Had work done on her face? Yeah, oof.
Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Injured? With over $25 billion recovered for our clients, there's a reason to go big.
bathroom. Okay.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Oh, okay.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer, he gets trial lawyers like Sam and Jessica who are in it to win it. He gets his own investigators with briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Welcome to the Jet Setters and the High Rollers, to the Shot Takers and the Tastemakers. Welcome to the Viewfinders, the Thrill Seekers, and the Night Owls. Welcome to everything you could possibly want on one 5-mile island. Welcome to the Wildwoods. Book your stay today.
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We go the extra mile to lend a helping hand. We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong. We've been deeply rooted in our communities for more than 85 years. And that connection to members has earned us our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. So while you look out for your neighbors, know IBX is always looking out for you.
Your gut says Miami is going to win and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on Sports Grid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on Sports Grid.
EAGLES. Eagles.
Big news of the day. Sure, man. LeBron James going to the Philadelphia 76ers. Incredible. I mean, absolutely game-changing, to say the least. No doubt about it. Let's see here. Don't talk shit on Kobe or we fighting. Never. Kobe Bryant, LeBron James coming to Kobe's neck of the woods. LJ sits in his basement and eats 3 bags of cheese curls on Saturday mornings while rage baiting to old JAKIB content. Hey, dude, that guy's got an illness. He surely does. There's something wrong with that guy. Hey, I feel bad for him on weekends. This guy watches Sileo reruns all weekend long because he's got to get a fill somehow. And he waits for Monday to throw up his 18 different names. What a douchebag. Hey, guy, it's okay. We welcome you. That's why we can't block you because you just come up. Zander's so tired of blocking that guy. There must be 70 different handles that guy has of the things that he does when he comes on here. He came in chat shitting all over Harris. I think Josh Harris is actually going to win people over in Philadelphia with this move. Kobe held his daughter in his arms when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. I miss him. He's a great kid, great person. Now, well, I don't know that. But I do know this, is that Kobe Bryant, he's in Kobe country now. And I wonder if that had anything to do with it. Well, wait a minute. Josh Harris, well, here, get this. In the 3 years that Josh Harris has owned the Commanders, okay, so when did Josh Harris has not been to an NFC championship game in 3 years, something Daniel Snyder never did in 20. And now he's brought LeBron James to Philadelphia? I don't know. Made a trade and he brought Bob Myers? I don't know. He's getting 2 stadiums, one for the Commanders and one for the Sixers? I don't know. Sounds like the guy's moving shit around. Hey, dude, he hasn't won nothing? Okay, well, he's owned the Commanders for 3 years. Where are the rings? Okay. Dude, he's owned a football team that Daniel Snyder had for 20 years. You think you're turning that around in 30 months? Do you really think all the shit that went on in Washington, do you really think winning matters? Well, dude, hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see how long it took Jeffrey Lurie to win a Super Bowl. What year did Jeffrey Lurie buy the Eagles and get control of the Eagles? Let me take a look at that. Let's go by what his mentality. When did Lurie buy the Eagles? Lurie bought the Eagles the same year that Robert Kraft bought the Patriots. So hang on here. How long did it take Lurie to win a Super Bowl? Let's see. Minus 2000. Took him 23 years to win a Super Bowl. 23 years to win a Super Bowl. I mean, hey, Flexen, don't make it sound like you've been winning Super Bowls like every year under Jeffrey Lurie. You haven't. Took him 2 decades and almost 3 decades. Or 2 decades. You went into your 3rd decade before you won your first Super Bowl. You make it sound like Seals, would you say LeBron has replaced Jalen Hurts for being the biggest star athlete in Philly? Yeah. Yeah. He's the most. Well, there's context, Abe. It'd be like when Brady went to Tampa. Someone asked me, is Brady the best Buccaneer of all time? No. Brady's not the greatest Buccaneer of all time. Brady played there 3 years. The greatest player in the history of the NFL, you can make the argument, played for the Bucs. But all of his greatness was in New England. Now, he delivered a Super Bowl. Okay? He delivered a Super Bowl. But he's not the greatest Buck. The greatest Bucks are like Derek Brooks, Leroy Selman, like Warren Sapp. Those guys are the greatest Buccaneer. Mike Evans. Tom Brady's not the greatest Buccaneer of all time. 3 years does not make like it's not a career. I made $2,000 cash predicting that LeBron would come to Philadelphia. Crazy, man. When I saw that news, I thought it was AI. I couldn't believe it. He was saying just about the same as you, Flex. Like, not for Philly in general, but he's a big athlete. Yeah, LeBron James is not like Hurts his resume and what he's done as an Eagle in Philly. LeBron can never do anything to ever like cover that because he's only going to be here 2 years at max, I think. If he delivers a Super Bowl, if he delivers a Larry O'Brien trophy, it would be one of the greatest accomplishments in Philadelphia sports history. But he is one of the biggest names ever to play here. I'm trying to give a comp to it. It'd be like Dr. J coming, Moses Malone coming. Terrell Owens is not in this conversation. He's not LeBron James's convo. I'm trying to think of a baseball player that came to Philadelphia that was a Pete Rose. It's like Pete Rose coming to Philly. Is Pete Rose like the greatest Philly? Derek Brooks, Warren Sapp, or Mike Evans could argue the greatest Buccaneer ever. Greatest Buccaneer ever is Leroy Selman. My book. Even though I'm Philly through and through, LeBron had to hop around for greatness. I don't look at that though, David, as something bad. I don't. I'm sorry. You hear Mike talking like an old man. I love Mike North. But Mike North holds that against him too by saying that, well, LeBron jumped around. Well, shit, I would too. I don't want to stay in a shitty organization. If you don't want to build a championship basketball team around me, why would I stay? I admire him in a way for that. Hey, he didn't think Cleveland, and he wanted to go to Los Angeles. Hey, get this. Wilt Chamberlain did it. Shaq did it. A lot of great players have done that in their careers and have gone. Karl Malone did it. Have gone to Los Angeles. Roger Clemens left Boston, Toronto, and went to New York. I don't have a problem with that like some people do. I don't. I don't look down on LeBron for having gone to multiple places. I don't know why that's a big thing with the old hats. Like the old generation sports talk guys, they hate that he went around. It's like here's the conversation. Well, he didn't finish what he started. Well, that's not really why you should stay. If you go to a bad organization and they don't want to build a team around you, why should you stay? Oh, I got it. So because why? If you're great, you'll elevate? That's not true. Let's see here. Dude, well, he's won in multiple places. And I don't have a problem with it. He won in Miami, won in Cleveland, won in Los Angeles. Now he has a shot to win in Philly. Great. Sills, Mahomes and Andy for the Chiefs. Yeah, but Abe, you're talking about a great organization that wants to win and do the best on trying to win every year. You're not talking about the Cleveland Cadavers or the New York Jets or these shitty places. Like Joe Namath with the Jets or like Archie Manning with the Seahawks or with the Saints is a shame. Yeah. I don't really care about that. Sports is different today. That's an old man talking right there. Sports is different. It's mobile today. Okay? Get this. Kobe never left the Lakers. Why would he? The Lakers have always been a well-run organization. Why would you leave? That'd be like leaving Boston. For what? To go where? Play with the Nets? To go play where? Cleveland? Dude, the teams that I would leave for, Miami, LA, I guess the Knicks now. Hey, and now that you've got Bob Myers, tell you what, dude, Bob Myers, at the end of the day, has made it fashionable to play in Philadelphia now. Hurts is no longer the most hated person in Philly. Oh, I'll tell you one thing for sure. He's going to have a tough-ass backbone, because if that basketball team doesn't start winning right away, LeBron's never played in front of a fan base like this. He's playing in Cleveland. There's no fan base in Cleveland. He's played in soft-ass Los Angeles. And Miami is one of the worst sports cities on the planet. Take a look at their sports talk. It's terrible. They've never had a sports talk station in South Florida, like, ever, because that's not what it is. It's not a very good sports city. The Dolphins don't win. The Marlins stink. The Panthers are good. And the Hurricanes are just coming back now. South Florida is not a sports place. Now he's in a sports place. Just, you think Howie's done making moves before his final roster? I don't know what move he could make. Getting a guy like Max Crosby, that crosses off Jalen Carter or Q or Cooper. Are you going to sign a guy you're going to pay a guy $35 million? Thank you, my friend. The Marlins and Rays are a farm system for the rest of the league. Really? Well, how come the fourth winningest team in the American League, actually in all of Major League Baseball, over the last 15 years has been the Rays? Here. Winningest baseball teams last 15 years. Here are the winningest baseball teams in the last 15 years. The Dodgers, the Yankees, the Cardinals, and the Rays. The Rays are the fourth winningest team in the last 15 years. How are they a farm system when they consistently win 90-plus games every year? I think you're crazy, guy. Fourth winningest team in the Tampa Bay Rays with a $100 million payroll. All right. Our great friends at Morgan & Morgan, the number one injury law firm in all of America for a reason. Folks, it's because they win. This will be the easiest decision you ever make in your life, is if you ever have been injured on the job. We had a person who sent us a great message that watches the show Monday through Friday that said that, he had a bad conversation with another firm. He called Morgan & Morgan. They took his case, and they are all over it, getting him the settlement that he needs, which is fantastic news. Do me a favor. Go to forthepeople.com/Big Sills or Pound Law 529. That's forthepeople.com/Big Sills or Pound Law 529. And do me a favor. You tell them Big Sills sent you.
There's a reason the Karate Master was the #1 salesman in the lumber department.
Karate.
Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Injured? With over $25 billion recovered for our clients, there's a reason to go big. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer, he gets trial lawyers like Sam and Jessica who are in it to win it. He gets his own investigators with briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Welcome to the jet setters and the high rollers, to the shot takers and the tastemakers. Welcome to the viewfinders, the thrill seekers, and the night owls. Welcome to everything you could possibly want on one 5-mile island. Welcome to the Wildwoods. Book your stay today.
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We go the extra mile to lend a helping hand. We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong. We've been deeply rooted in our communities for more than 85 years. And that connection to members has earned us our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. So while you look out for your neighbors, know IBX is always looking out for you.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on Sports Grid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on Sports Grid.
EAGLES. Eagles.
Next week is it. I can't wait. Wow. Camp starts next week. Teams are reporting. Guys, I can't thank you guys enough, man. I can't wait to cover this team this year. I really can't. Do me a favor. Please hit the like button. We will see you on Monday. Have yourselves a great weekend. 2 to 6 on Monday. We'll see you on the flip side.